All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if this sounds good audio wise, hit that number 1, please. Again, if you can hear me and if it sounds good from the audio perspective, if you could hit that number 1. Pam, Jamie, Hoover, Pulse, Kevin, Slow Morrow. All right, perfect. Good. We are all good to go from the audio standpoint. So very quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, thank you very much. But just to be very straightforward, this is totally viewer supported. So if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, code Clay, all caps, with any of these prop firms is how you'll save yourself some money, because code Clay will apply whatever the current promotions are that any of these prop firms are offering. Plus, like I said, it helps to support the stream. So you're accomplishing a couple things in your favor all at once. So I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the business, but I understand everybody's got different goals. Everybody's at different places within their journey. So any of these prop firms, like I said, code Clay, all caps, save yourself some money and allows you to help support a live stream that you enjoy. So thank you to everybody that's used it. And even if you're just considering, I appreciate that too. All right. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, June 2nd. The year is 2026. And we had some crazy movements today, especially right here. If you were around for that movement right there, I don't know about your platform, but my platform froze up where it was, just kind of going, and then all of a sudden it was a big red bar, and then nothing was moving, and then all of a sudden it recovered back up. However, I could see this having cooked some people, because this on the MNQ was, almost an 80-point move. So if your position size was off at all, that's cooked account. But maybe you survived it, because it did recover very quickly. But yeah, that was a crazy move right there. So and then other than that, I mean, yeah, this move pulled back, but that was a nice little movement right there. Froze for you too. So, I don't know if that move got you. I guess I'll wait for 11. Remind me at 11 to talk about my day. It's nothing really big. Just for the record, I guess I'll throw it out there. But yeah, somebody remind me at 11 a.m. Eastern to just give a quick recap of the morning. But hopefully you're all off to a good start. The chat is dead quiet. So at this point, I think I'm going to call it good. Everybody, thank you for being here. Nobody wants to hang out or talk. So I am just going to call it good. So maybe I'll be back tomorrow, since nobody wants to hang out anymore. Unless the chat is broken. I don't know what's going on. So thanks, James. It was a good stream. I'm just kidding. So let's see what we can find out. What we can, if this were to pull back to the pink line here, I'm interested in longs down around this area right here, right now. But up around here feels a little sketchy for me. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Crazy to think that 2026, we're almost halfway through. Good, Pam. Glad to hear you're having a better day. But yeah, how are all your days going? Green, red, terrible, great, best day ever, worst day ever, blew an account, passed an account, qualified for a payout. Well, yeah, I mean, that's where I'm sure they want to get, John. But it's just a question of what sort of things is gonna have to be sacrificed to get there. Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, all prop firms truly want, they want amazing rules. The problem is, they also need a sustainable business model. So that's why if a prop firm is too good to be true, you just look at it and it's this is what? Yeah, they're not going to be around for very long. Exactly. It's a business. Zero trades for NetNob. Hey, John. Down 15. Okay. Hey, down 15 sounds like good risk management. See, lost 500 eval. Good job, Sam. Way to fight back. 2 flip days to pass eval. Very nice. 1 pass 1, recovering 1. All right. Good job. Yeah, just not a whole lot I'm interested in doing right now, but the stream is young. The stream is young, so we'll see. We are a whopping 5 minutes in. So I think if I just give it a little bit more time, I'll be able to find a trade. I mean, we're 5 minutes in. Hey, good morning, Nero. Hey, Kyle. Yeah, oh yeah, that's the one thing, at least earlier today, like ES and NQ were like, they just not at all like one another. So this morning, check it out. This morning, from let's just call it, early 9 a.m. to, I mean, look, nice upwards move here. And then we look at MNQ over that same period, and I was just getting pummeled. No, I don't think that was the same period. So yeah, 9:30 down, and then let's go back to ES. I think I had that wrong. Where's 9:30 on ES? 9:30, yeah, here, up. Yeah, it did drop, but it recovered very nicely. So, I mean, just a pretty big detachment between the two this morning and then even now. Hey, Crazy. Crazy in the Keys. Burrow, good morning. Oh, nice, Mitt. That's good stuff there. A lot of tech stocks started red. Yep. Now, the more this can potentially consolidate up around here, might be interested in trying to play a breakout right here. But I would like to see a little bit more consolidation. Hey, Lodots, good morning. But kind of got to see how this wants to behave at least a couple more. Wow. ES just grinding. Just putting in new highs. So that's what I mean. ES right now, if you were to look at it, putting in highs of the day. Whereas NQ right now just kind of putzing around. Oil, goodness. So on oil, pullback, I'm looking at this congestion of supports. You have the VWAP, that dotted yellow. You have the pink line there, the 200 SMA. You have the purple line, the 50 SMA, and they're all like right there at, let's call it 9150. Does not guarantee a bounce from 9150, but I don't know if it gets down there. I might take a swing at it from the long side. But yeah, that's quite the little area there. Am I about to try a breakout here? Maybe so. I mean, ES, like I said, ES just continues to push to new highs. At some point, is NQ going to try to catch up a little bit at least? Okay, I'm in long. Looking to play this break, like I said. Let's see if it wants to maybe, if the ES can drag it up a little bit. So I'm long at the blue line. I'm looking over there because that's where the ES chart's at. Come on, ES, keep going up. We'll see if you can drag the NQ with you. There it is. Yeah, come on, ES. ES almost pushing the new highs. There we go, pushing the new highs. And you can see right there. Come on, drag it. Drag it with you, brother. Goodness. NQ just don't care. All right, I'm out. Again, looking at the ES, putting in new highs. And as you're seeing here, it still may break out, but it's like NQ right now is dead weight for the N. Look at that. All right, so again, if you were to look at NQ, or I'm sorry, ES is putting in highs. And this is just, it's struggling to even break out. So that's why I wanted to hop out. It just seems, I don't know. It just seems kind of heavy right now. Now, maybe you see something else. You're like, no, Clay, I'm still in because I think that this breakout is going to pick up some traction. I wish you all the best. Maybe you were reading it way better than me. But the amount the ES has gone up relative to the amount that this breakout has happened is so distorted. It's like, man. So in other words, if the ES, which is already getting overextended, if the ES pulls back at all, like how nasty could it get over here? If put in highs is barely dragging the the NQ up, what happens if the ES pulls back? How nasty will it get here? Gas was a lot cheaper at the pump this morning. Yeah, I don't know what it is now in Iowa. Yesterday it was $3.59. So yeah, a couple weeks ago, I think it peaked out here, at least in my location of Iowa, at $4.29. And then yeah, yesterday I saw it at $3.59. So I don't know what it is at now. I have not been out and about today. As day traders, I'm sure you understand that. Like we only see sunshine maybe once a week when we come up from our mom's basements. Nvidia is tanking, probably dragging. Yeah, that's probably not helping a whole lot. $3.59. What is it for you, Slow Morrow? There's usually more movement for NQ. I mean, I don't know. I guess that depends. I see quite a bit of movement. I'm not sure exactly where, but Nvidia selling off. I'll pull back here in Nvidia. 440, 450. Oh wow. 440. Eee. Yeah, not like I said. When I was playing a breakout, I was looking for something with a little bit more oomph behind it. I was not thinking a slow, steady grind. So yeah, if this thing very well could just slow, steady grind up to there, but that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking more of a, not that I needed a 80-point candle, but I thought it'd pick up a little bit more momentum. Yeah, I haven't even looked at what's the Nvidia daily chart look like. Eek. Huh. Could definitely see some more pullback today. I was looking at IBM. I have this one. I've owned IBM for like forever. The nice thing about IBM is, I think when I got it, don't quote me exactly, but I want to think that I got like my dividend yield was like 5 or 6%. So like a bank account at 5 or 6%, yet the bank account is growing like it has for me. IBM has been very, very. And don't get me wrong, I had to hold through some periods where I'm like, yeah, this is not the most pleasant of things, but I got paid, like I said, 5, 6% to wait, which is why I like dividends. You get paid to wait. The bottom wick at 10 a.m. was crazy on MNQ. I don't understand what happens causing this. At what time? 10 a.m.? Oh, yeah, that's right here. Yeah, that was just... oh, I don't know. Was there some sort of news out? I guess I didn't realize that was at 10 a.m. Was Jolt's today? Shame on me. Whoops. I messed up. Ah, okay. That is on me. I take a step back. 10 a.m. was a news event. So that makes perfect sense how it got all squirrely. Shame on me. That is a mess up on my part. I lost track of the economic calendar. So yeah, if you got cooked here, that's kind of your fault. Because you did not realize that there wasn't actually the JOLTS report came out. Yeah, that's on me. Yes, that officially no longer what a random move that was. No, that was right at 10. I know, I need to ground myself. That drop came within 2 cents of my. So I'm confused. 23. I saw you in the chat or in the private community. Are you trading? What are you trading? Are you trade? I got the impression you were not trading futures. Props froze. Live didn't. Let's see some scalpy scalps. Hey, I went for a walk today. I'm not gonna just trade because I'm not your little monkey. Jump, monkey, jump. Okay, I'll scalpy scalp when I see a scalpy scalp. I went for a walk today. Do you need a walk today? You seem a little grouchy. So I mean, I did essentially have this target for my break, but like I said, in my mind, the break was supposed to be a little bit more emphatic, but it has been a breakout. Just one of these slow and steady grinding breakouts. You don't have a. Oh man, you should consider futures from a day trade. Assuming you're wanting a day trade, 23 futures through a prop firm. Let me put it this way: futures movement will make QQQ look like paint drying. My electric went out. Woo! I wasn't cooked as I was short, but didn't put out, so I missed out on more. Oh. Well, just so you know, Fossey, you need to start to check that economic calendar. Now, I am a hypocrite at this exact moment. I'm pretty sure I checked it, but I was oblivious to it. Wait. Okay, no, this makes more sense because I was done by 10 a.m. Like with this trade, all this trading was done by 10 a.m. So that probably makes sense and why I didn't even think to check or why I forgot about it. But yeah, Fossey, you want to be aware of the economic calendar because, I mean, I'm glad you're short, but I'm sure there are some people long that forgot to check the economic calendar and they got just destroyed. Which again, they can't really cry victim because, well, it was a known point of time where things could have gotten spicy. Predator, okay, I must be missing some sort of conversation. People are talking Predator now in the chat. Man, okay. Look at the ES though. ES continues to just push higher, drag the NQ with it. Well, congrats to anybody that bought the breakout with me right there, but then because of independent thinking or like Clay, I see what you're saying about why you're going to hop out, but I disagree. Because XYZ reasons, I disagree. I'm going to stay in. Hey, good job. Power of independent thinking. MES or this is MNQ, Calvin. Okay. Were you the guy that only did longs or something, JH? I can't remember. Oh, waffles, big time. That's a no-brainer. Are there any stocks that you're... yeah, I'm holding lots of stocks in my investment account. So in the category of investing, I don't have any problem against stocks. Stocks are fine. But in the category of day trading, yeah, and stocks are garbage. Oh, I prefer NQ, MNQ. I need a little bit more spice in my life. But I don't have anything against ES or MES. Now, if somebody shows up and they're telling me they're trading like orange juice contracts, it's like, okay, you could probably find a little bit more. Okay, this was a poor thing because now I'm going to have a pun. More of a liquid market compared to orange juice contracts. But again, no pun intended. But yeah, ES is an indice, plenty of volume, plenty of liquidity. So just like YM. I don't trade YM, but if somebody says, man, I love the YM, more power to you. Because as day traders, I think our loyalty, in my opinion, should lie with liquidity, right? It's kind of hard to buy and sell if there's a very small amount of liquidity. You know what I mean? Which is why penny stocks are not really day tradable. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. If anybody has an answer or a suspicion on why sometimes the MNQ can have wicks and the NQ doesn't, I'm all ears. But yeah, I don't know. any idea that... Aren't you, if I remember right, aren't you in Somalia? So why are you asking about Europe? Sunflower seed futures. The thing about futures is like there are so many crazy contracts that like, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing, but because there are such a thing as like orange juice futures, like, I don't know, are there sunflower seed futures? I don't think so. But the mere fact that I can't say for sure whether or not you're joking kind of illustrates, yeah, there are futures contracts for all sorts of stuff. So, James, is that a joke? Pretty sure it's a joke. I'm at 92.37% sureness that you're joking, but I'm not. Stop. Stop. Google says there are sunflowers futures. Stop. What am I looking at? Sunflower seed futures. The sunflower seeds price today is 8,000. Dude, if that's like, I mean, I see sunflower oil. Man, that's wild. That is wild. It's because the difference in orders on the order book. Sometimes one can't find liquidity, so it wicks. Okay, so just supply and demand. In the search of finding buyers, it's got or sellers for that sake. Sometimes MNQ has got to quote unquote seek further to either finally find sellers or find buyers. I would have thought differently because I thought the MNQs had more liquidity than the NQ. I don't think there's tulip futures, but hey, you know what? Maybe there are. No, I don't, Batch. I don't think that really matters. I mean, I agree that there's probably more retail, but like at the end of the day, retail is still a very small slice of the pie. Like even if we just conceded that all of retail and anything like acted a certain way, I still don't think that way is really going to influence anything just because I think it's still, all things considered, a pretty small slice. That's right, I forgot about the Ethiopian shrimp market, or shrimp futures. Okay. That makes sense, trading Platus, yeah. Yeah, but yeah. Without going too far down the mathematical rabbit hole, that makes sense with the notional value and all that. So right now we just had ourselves a double top. So this is hindsight analysis because I didn't even talk about this in real time. So in many ways this doesn't count what I'm saying because full blown, it's easy to do what I'm doing when I have hindsight in my favor. But there was a double top here. Now, was there a whole lot of continuation? That depends how you define whole lot. But we are now at potentially maybe like a triple top here. I am looking for a short, but what I want to see here is for the price to first hit its head on the white line, and then if it wants to come back down, there we go. I'll take a swing at it. So it did slightly push to new highs. The white line is the high of the day, so the price can never get above the white line. The white line itself will just move higher. So we'll see if this is some sort of fake breakout or not. Hey, Jimbo. Trader rule change tomorrow. Oh, you mean, is that where the new pattern day trading rule goes into effect? Again, looking to get short at the red line if it wants to come back down. So we'll see if this is some sort of fake breakout or not. So tomorrow is when a bunch of people get cooked. There will be a lot of $2,000 accounts lost. A lot of people are going to lose $2,000 tomorrow. I'll put it that way. And I know all of us here that are day trading futures through a prop firm are like, they're doing the math like, man, that's like 20 prop accounts that they're going to lose in a single day. Yep. A lot of people are going to lose. Again, this is just keeping the math round. If you just say an average prop account is right around $100, yeah, a lot of people are going to lose the equivalent of 20 prop accounts tomorrow in a single day. Potentially just a single trade. Hello, Watkins. All right, No, what you should do, 23, is go to futures because there's no pattern day trend rule in futures. Futures move way better than stocks and ETFs anyways. And then if you do futures through a prop firm, you still get all the benefits of futures movement and no PDT, but you have very, very minimal risk. So, yeah. And even if you do a cash account, you're still not really around the PDT rule because cash still has to settle. So it is still possible to run out of money on the day. So if you just want true no restrictions in the sense of ability to make trades, then yeah, futures is the way to go because there simply is zero pattern day trader rule. The one I use is up at the top of the screen there that you see across the top, Take Profit Trader. So yeah, that's the one I use, I recommend. And then code CLAY, all caps, will give you their current deal right now, 30% off, and then zero activation fee. Yeah, I mean, they still blow their accounts, Ty, but like, they just, I don't even know if it'll help with hold and hope. It'll now just create more opportunities to become a bag holder, right? Because think about it, in the past, they'd get in, get out, and be like, okay, there's my day trade, can't touch it anymore. But like, these people are not actually having any risk management anyways. So people are just going to become bag holders more quickly, right? Because we've all, well, I don't know about we've all, but many of us have been there where something starts off as like, okay, I want this to be a 5-second trade. And then it turns into, okay, fine, a 5-minute trade. And then, okay, fine, it's a 5-hour trade. Okay, fine, now it's a swing trade, so we're looking at 5 days. Okay, now it's just a long-term swing trade, so it's 5 weeks. And then before you know it, okay, it's in our IRA. I'm holding this thing for the next 50 years. Anyone else's TPT wallet to bank it did, CR15. Yeah, mine took a little longer than normal, but they, for whatever reason, like, it seems like it kind of goes in cycles. Some are done like so quick. But yeah, this round for me did take a little bit while longer, but it showed up early this morning. Right, exactly. But again, and people do that because, yeah, well, it's got to go back up. Markets should go up. And that's true about markets, but your little small cap, penny stock, blah, blah, blah is not the market. It's a little garbage stock that does not mean anything. And the only reason why markets go up is because they kick out the bad stocks, right? The S&P 500, the companies that make those up, the bad ones, which do not go back up or that continue to drop, they do get kicked out. Which is why I get it. Why Warren Buffett is just saying, hey, from like the average Joe standpoint, just buy the ETF. Because yes, the ETF by definition is going to have risk management in the form of the people managing it are going to kick out the bad performers. Yeah, they changed the resets, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, Take Profit Trader, they had that deal, and then that part of that was also warning about. So yes, 75K, 100K, 150K with Take Profit Trader now. Those resets are going to be higher. With that said, if you're in the 25K or the 50K, you're going to like those reset prices now. You do? Okay, let me try something real quick. Okay, HR, is it gone now? Well, I don't know. HR made it sound. HR is making a big deal about it. So I'll just sweat. I'll sweat for HR's sake. That's how much I like HR. It was Attic Fan that was going. Well, HR did. My family and I, we will sweat. Oh my goodness, the kids are already crying. Daddy, why is it? Because HR said so, kids. Dang, HR making kids cry. Crazy. He probably has $800 headphones. I don't know, but I'm here to serve HR, brother. What HR wants, HR gets. I told you, stop crying. HR was upset. We're going to sweat today for HR's sake. Now go eat your lettuce for breakfast. All right, maybe... I don't know. Is this really just going to grind all day again? Maybe. Oh, boy. Is lettuce super expensive right now? I cannot say that I track the lettuce prices too much. I know beef is very expensive. Like, if you're eating beef, you might as well be eating like a gold bar. Here's a crazy wick. To me, these look pretty similar. I can't say that I noticed. I'm not saying there's not a difference. I'm just saying that this is one where I can't quite say I see any sort of difference. Oh, trading view? Okay, well, maybe that's a trading view issue. All right, I am definitely going against the trend here, but man, this thing just seems like it's... Can I get an upward trend line anywhere, anyhow? I could draw something like that, but that trend line is still way, way, way... I don't know. Is it really that easy? Am I supposed to just get long? Like, is it that easy? So we have had those days where usually there's like an event where it is that easy. We have had some where like it's as easy as you just buy the 21 EMA. And that's actually kind of been the case. This was not very clean right here. But other than that, just buy the 21A. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. I know. Yeah, I'm calling the news stations already, HR. You're gonna be famous. You're gonna be in the news. We are in a channel, kinda. I don't know what we're doing. We're just grinding. Probably famous last words, but at least there's not a whole lot of Iran drama today. Yesterday, it was like back and forth, this tweet, and then that tweet. And then another tweet about those tweets. And then tweets about those tweets, but they were kind of similar, but about other tweets over. It's just kept going on and on. Oh, yeah. I mean, to buy the 5 when it looks like, to buy when the, okay, I'll just bring it over right now. To get long here on the 2-minute when the 5-minute is looking like this, just, I can't get long right here when the, I just can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, yeah. So you messed up your country road concepts, keeping the West wild. I don't. I've seen Finding Nemo, but not enough to get the reference. But I'll trust there's a reference there. But anyways, we all know Cheryl is buying and singing something from Nemo. I just stopped watching news. Well, technically speaking, you're always watching news if you're watching the chart. You just don't know what the news is. Because the chart, as we've discussed, will tell you that there is news and what the market thinks about the news. But in terms of like what actually is the news, I mean, the chart won't tell you that. But from a practicality standpoint, who cares about what it is? That just satisfies our curiosity. Look at that, every little pullback, it just... All right, I'm getting long. This thing only goes up. I am just doing it with 3 contracts because is this like a world? Is this like the best entry ever? No. But is it logical? I think so, just because literally it tried to fall 3 times with those lower shadows, and every time each of those failed and it decided to go back up. So it took one out there. Could still be a losing trade, but I wanted to put a little in my pocket and then reduce position size. No. I didn't say I haven't seen Finding Nemo. I said I have not seen it enough to understand the reference. And I don't know, maybe this is a spicy take, but I think Finding Nemo is a bit overrated. I know, probably a spicy take, but while we wait, and speaking of movies, have you got what is this movie Boundaries or something like that? It had a budget of but I think it had a budget of like $200,000 and it just made like 200 million or something like that at the box office. Some YouTube like nuts, like insane. I mean, we love to speak about ROIs around here. Obsession, thank you. Yeah, Obsession. The ROI on Obsession, from my understanding, is just astronomical. So like Neil, as a movie director, brother, you better step up your game. I think YouTubers are coming for you, brother. Because from my understanding, that the guy was just a YouTube guy. I made Hunter x Hunter for about the same. Did Hunter x Hunter box yield like 150 million at the box office? Yeah, I remember Blair Witch. I'm not into horror, so I don't see those movies. But I do remember yes, I vividly remember Blair Witch. That was like the talk of the town for a long time. Heck, when is that? Probably high school. I think that was high school, so that was between 98 and 2002 is my guess for Blair Witch. If somebody wants to fact check me, when did Blair Witch come out? My guess is between 98 and 02 because I could swear I was in high school during all that. Okay, took out another one just because it's putzing around here. I don't know if it actually wants to go. All right, I'm going to hop out. I don't even know. I think I might have lost like $5 on that one. $19.99. There we go. Okay, so yes, I was in high school. Fun fact, I live about 10 minutes from the Bell Witch Cave. So is that like a famous spot now? Is that like a tourist trap? I don't believe there's very many people out there under the age of 35 that would agree. People can be wrong. Like what you just said, there is a lot of people under age 35 that are wrong. That's how I read that statement. Yeah, all the bar. Okay, so people are leaning into the tourist trap nature of it all. I ended up having to go outside and threw up watching that movie. Which one? Blair Witch? Yeah, I won't go on my. I think I've already given my take on horror movies, but yeah, horror movies. They're not for me. So that was our pullback. Yeah, I guess so. But on the same note, the counter argument can be made. Sure, the price does not seem to want to pull back. However, at this point, the counter argument is, yeah, but the price also doesn't seem like it wants to put in any highs right now. It is really struggling to put in highs. Agreed. But what makes it tricky is, yeah, but it's also struggling to actually pull back any further. Hey, Brad. Oh. Okay, so you wanted to throw up because the shaky camera. I thought you meant like there was like a scene or something that was so horrifying that it made you want to throw up. You were just talking about the shaky camera. Gotcha. I don't understand what you're looking for, Jonesy. There have been some very big moves today. Like I'm not sure. Like so, in your strategy, do you constantly need like 40-point moves? Again, I'm not saying you're wrong, Jonesy, but for this to call this like a slow market, yeah, maybe. Well, even right now, it really shows how crazy futures are. I mean, even if we just concede this is a range between 60 and 17, I mean, a 17-point move, again, is it earth-shattering in futures? No. But I mean, you take 3 NQs and get 17 points on it, that adds up pretty quick. What is this trading software? I'm using as my prop firm Take Profit Trader, and then through the prop firm Take Profit Trader, I'm using Tradovate. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Slowmaro. And I don't know, maybe you've never traded stocks before or options. But coming from that world, I think I just have a deeper appreciation for things. Future summer trading could have potentially lightened up a little bit. Yes. But like lightening up is still like there's still plenty of money making opportunities compared to like what could potentially happen with stock summer trading. So, I mean, it's all relative. And I understand. I think this is it's pros and cons. But I think one of the blessings I have and one of the the benefits of coming from the world that I did of day trading stocks and options for many, many years is like when I see people griping about summertime futures trading, it's just like, I don't think you've ever traded stock summertime. Right, I understand that. But what I'm saying, Slowmaro, is relative to other things. I understand you're saying, well, I'm just talking, Clay, within the world of futures. Right. But in some senses, you almost are making futures sound like bad during the summer. What I'm saying is they're maybe bad relative to normal futures trading, but bad futures trading is still better than like other things. Do you know what I'm saying? How do you change the order from 1 to 6? You mean the number of contracts? Assuming you mean number of contracts, you just come up here and you change it to whatever you want. Oh, wow. Look, it won't even let me do over 1,000. 15. I've never done this. It just automatically changes it. Yeah, for the most part, you don't have to worry. Now, slippage certainly exists, but like, yes, it is a very liquid market. We're assuming there's nothing crazy going on. Slippage is not really a thing. Okay, Slow Morrow. You seem to be going into not willing to hear what I'm saying. Yes, I agree it is statistically slower. What I'm saying is slower in the world of futures is way different than the world of stocks. You're either being very, very thick-headed right now, or I'm doing a poor job of explaining the point I'm trying to make. Slow in futures, and some could argue, is still better than medium to fast in stocks, which just goes to show how fast and how good futures can be. No, I am not aware of any prop firms that allow you to buy 1,000 MNQs. I am. Let's get this mapped out here. I'm interested in that yellow line right there for a potential long. We'll see if it wants to pull back there or not. Well, here we go. Maybe kind of, sort of. Has anybody here seen Obsession? Just going back to that. Is it like legitimately good, or is there a little bit of too much hype in it? Cool. It's good. Okay. Like, what kind of horror film is it? Is horror even the right term, or is it more like like a thriller? Like, is it more so just like drama types, or like the stress inducing? I can't, what word am I? I'm not sure what the classification would be. It's creepy. Okay, so like a creep, not necessarily like. I like 150K and 50K accounts, Master. Is it the highest? It's got to be getting close. But yeah, I think Blair Witch might be the king of that one. All right, here we go. Maybe along here. Hey, good morning, Tim. Not a drama or not a thriller with an intense plot. Price near all-time high. Why do you want too long? I don't care about all-time high. Some people, I think it's the cult. They try to make this all-time high stuff. Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that, because isn't the dumb thing supposed to be to, like, don't go short at all-time highs? But now I'm being questioned, why am I trying to go long at all-time high? Doggone it. Remember what I was saying about the 21 EMA? Is it really that easy to just buy here? Well, I guess technically it never did hit it exactly, but man, look at that. The 21 EMA. Exactly, Nate. Like, this thought process of, oh, you can't do anything because you're at all-time highs. Yeah, permanent H point. Okay, well, then I guess you haven't traded for the past, like, 7 weeks. Again, I don't care about that. I'm on the 2-minute, the 5-minute time frame. Maybe the all-time high, if you're like trying to swing trade or something like that, I can see that maybe kind of sort of factoring in, maybe. But dude, I'm on like, I don't care. I just want us to, I want us to like pull back. Let's just get away from the all time. I'm sick and tired of like so many people just, oh, all time highs. Oh, all time. Okay. Cool. Like, yeah, my investment portfolio is enjoying. My net worth, as I'm assuming many of your net worths has been going up. No, it never hit my entry. My entry was more so the yellow line. Yeah, exactly. It's been all time high. It seems like like when's the last time we haven't been at an all time high? Seems like the more appropriate question. Is this thing really gonna? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I think maybe we're entering into a range. Yeah, who was it yesterday? Somebody said, and again, I don't know if it's true because somebody in the internet chat box says it, but somebody said the market went up 3 years before the end of World War II, which is kind of a crazy statistic. All right, we are now up through. Yeah, oh look, it's Mr. Trust Me, Bro. Let me guess. I made $18,000 today. Here, I'll do it for you. Okay, he probably went long right here, and he just sold right here at the peak. He's up $80,000. Trust me, bro. You need to just change your name to Trust Me, Bro. That would be way more apt for you. Yeah, all-time high again. Can't do anything. Oh, look, the deflection. Have we not seen this pattern before? Ask somebody for three numbers, and then they deflect to a red herring. The red herring logical fallacy. Now, I'm not sure how any of that is relevant to the fact that you have never given us three numbers, and you are literally known around here as the Trust Me Bro guy. Good try, though. See, around here, we understand logical fallacies, though. So you got the red herring. Sorry. I don't care about you tagging me on X about, do you not? You seem to think that we don't realize that, like, it's easy to just annotate something and make a bunch of claims. But trust me, bro. Hey, Dork. Good to see you. No, he's just trolling now. He's just rage baiting. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's here. I don't. He's probably on a break from work. I don't know, but I mean, I'll give him credit. He's made it apparent now he's not serious. He's just here to rage bait, which is fine. I'd rather have it be very obvious that the person's trolling around than not. So I always try to give credit where credit's due. So I'll give him credit there. The overuse of emojis is on par with any comments with. Well, yeah, no. But again, at least he is making it obvious, which I do appreciate. That is probably why he's never been banned, because at least he has always made it abundantly clear that he's a troll, he's not serious, he's rage baiting. Cool. It's the people that waste all of our times, and then you're like, oh, you're actually just a troll. Those are the people that get the bans. Trust me, bro, I short the bottom and long the top. I know, man. Trust me, bro. Trust me, brother. All right, well, it tried to push higher and right now getting rejected, but I don't know. See? Do we see the pattern here, folks, of the troll? Now do we see the gaslighting? Yes, I am so angry. I'm so mad right now. Hey Wayne, how you doing? Still interested in a long around this yellow line if it wants to pull back some more, but in fact, we probably have a little bit of a rising wedge here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go long. All right, Jonesy, where are you getting long at and where's your stop at? Then I'll consider. Let's see if I agree with what you're seeing. So get long where and where's your stop at, Jonesy? Yeah. That we're Z3. We're all very rich on our hindsight accounts. That's for sure. If it keeps pushing slowly but surely. Well, no, I'm asking you. You said let's go long. Okay, where? Where are you getting long, and where's your stop going to be? I'm convinced that whenever someone says something is over, maybe. Buy entry. All right, Cheryl. Love to see it. 3 numbers for some people. Very, very hard to do what Cheryl just did. It's weird. My long was at 670. Ooh, it got close. Okay, you want to buy at 689. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, so you're looking for a breakout. And then where's your stop going to be? Yeah, Sean, exact. Trust me, bro. There we go. Trust me, bro. Hey, thank you, JBL. 656. All right. Nothing but respect. Jonesy has our respect. He was able to give us some numbers. I am not going to join you on that long. That's too scary for me. Fair enough. I hope it works out for you. You have my respect. You are a man of courage. No, for real, yeah. If you give 3 numbers, I respect you. My respect is based nothing on whether or not your trade plan is right or wrong. It's based on do you at least have the courage to put yourself out there. Because ultimately, that's why the 3 numbers are very powerful. It reveals somebody that doesn't actually know what's going on at the end of the day. Now, let me be very clear. Just because you give 3 numbers does not therefore imply you know what's going on. I'm just saying at least there's some character there, right? There's a character of, hey, let me throw some stuff out there to provide full clarity. We're just putzing around. In at 625. Okay, so Skinzo, this guy, he wants more of a pullback for sure. Hey, Azaria. Hey, good morning, Bryn. Oh, yeah, I saw Bitcoin today. I dropped below 70. But I thought, from what I read, it was just for a tax thing. So, and then didn't he already buy back? Just consolidating in the highs. So are you going to make any move with it, Richard? Are you going to try to make money from the consolidation in the highs or no? I mean, I do agree. It seems, well, I guess it depends on what you mean by consolidation. Like, consolidation in the sense of it's therefore then going to go up. I have a call. Gotcha. Oh, Richard. You and, what was the guy's name? Rodrigo X, whatever. You guys are made for one another. Okay, so you don't believe that a sell was for tax reasons, Ty? Is that? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can I steal that one W4C? I don't even recognize the name. I hope you stick around. Senses of humor like that. That's what I want to surround myself with. Well played. Yeah. Can I steal that in the future? Okay, thank you. Well, welcome. Next time somebody says I got a call, I'm gonna be. We all need to be like a margin call. Man, what a good point of context matters. I never even thought about that. Yeah, to just tell somebody you have a call actually tells them nothing. Are you talking about a call for the option or like a margin call? Or I suppose you're like a phone call, right? That's funny. That was good. I'm long at 653 aiming. All right, Lou. Good to see you, by the way. Okay, he is now clarified. He has an option call. Gotcha. Oh, I didn't even see that. You're right. Again, I guess today, right now, is one of those, hey, it's as easy as just buying the 21 EMA. Because right there, again, once again, bounce off the 21 EMA. I just can't buy it. Yeah. We do have like, there's a resemblance of a right. Okay, I think I'm going to get rid of this. But like, all right, there's got to be a rising wedge in here somewhere. This is just, but I don't know if there is. That's what I think is just, no. Yeah, it's just, this is tricky. Waiting to see possible double top. Yeah, I'm probably more in that camp, Sean. Oh boy, we got Matthew talking to Pacific. Well, now we got to do math. Yeah, that's why I agree. It does seem as though it's losing momentum, which is why I expect to see like a rising wedge somewhere, but I don't know. Is this maybe the right? Let's see. I get maybe kind of sort of there. It's just, in my mind, there should be something way cleaner. Yeah, well, I was thinking about that. Yeah, well, the past couple of days, I have not seen Anthony in a while. Agreed. Yeah, I am not seeing any like just. I'm not saying there's not a rising wedge, but I don't know if I don't know. Is that what you're maybe people are some saying a rising wedge? I do agree though. It does seem to be running out of momentum. I do agree with that. I'm just saying usually when these sorts of things occur, like there's some sort of like kind of I don't want to say amazing rising wedge that can be drawn, but there's at least something. Now, what's odd here, talking about the disconnect, is ES has, if you look at the ES 5 minute, there's actually more of a pullback. compared to the NQ here. NQ has basically just been kind of going flat out sideways with a slight angle up. ES just says completely pulled back. What's oil? Ooh, oil pushing. I'm telling you what, we just cannot make any progress through the high 80s when it comes to oil. Ooh, gold. Is that like a flush point right here? Breakthrough there. That could be an interesting area for a potential short on gold. Oh, am I really going to buy the 21 EMA? It's not going to keep holding, is it? That's true. If you were in the camp of is it illegal to trade at all-time highs, then I guess hop over to gold. I was looking at a 1-minute chart, though. Okay. Okay, I'm going to short just because there's no way this holds again. Now, I realize this is maybe not the best rationale, so I'm going to factor that in with just 3, but I'm getting short here. Well, I was going to try to get short here. Please don't now finally dump through the 21 when I just missed the short. The red line, again, was my attempt to short. All right, well, that was... Is this certain... If it truly is that easy today, I guess it is. Just buy the 21 EMA, folks. 2-minute time frame, 21 EMA. Just buy it. I guess it really is that easy, and it's become that easy since right here at 10:32. Right there, buy it. Buy it. This one pulled back a little bit, so that was only the questionable one, but I could still see people surviving that pullback through. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. And then our most recent one, buy it. I guess it is just that easy. I'm glad I canceled the short, though. Five-minute, we do have a pivot point, dotted brown up at about 7:13. So I could be interested in a short, maybe up around there. Just looking for essentially, my premise would be like a fake break. Okay. I think we're cooking. I think we are cooking. I think we do now have, a rising wedge. Dog it, no, not really. What happens if I leave? Okay, maybe that looks a little bit better, but I don't like how I'm ignoring those two. There's got to be a rising wedge somewhere. Maybe if I go here. But even that's kind of... I don't know. I do like that upper trend line, so I'm going to leave that there. Maybe a short up around there. Full port on the 21 EMA news. Apparently, like if you full port at the 21 EMA, you would once again be doing very, very well. Yeah, no, the 5 minutes give me the same problem. These lows, like I said, I was hopeful that using this, but like these two, if I can, I mean, you saw it. Okay, here we go. Like I said, I'm looking to play a rejection off the upper trend line. So red line is me trying to get short. Okay, now I got to move it up a little bit because the top of the trend line is now actually a little bit higher. There we go. Again, white line is the high of the day. So the price can never get above the white line. The white line will just do what you saw there and just itself move higher. So I'm looking to get short at the red line, which I'm trying my best to match up with where I think the top of that yellow resistance trend line is. Okay, well, you got to go up a little bit more than that. Dude, I swear, I can see it right now. I'm going to buy that 21 EMA, and it's just going to dump. Like, I'm about to be that guy. What an idiot. He bought, and then it dumps. I'm about to be that guy. Is oil pumping right now? Oh, it is. Oil continuing to grind higher. With this most recent 5-minute bar, biggest volume. Is anybody going to join me at the 21 EMA and buy? Give me a 1 if you're going to buy at the 21 EMA with another pullback. Give me a 1. Okay. Okay. Then I'll do it. That way, at least I know I'm not alone. If we get dumped all over, at least I know that, because misery loves company. Okay, cool. I'm going to do it then. If it gets back down there. Well, again, I understand, like, I don't think I'm going to get dumped all over in the sense of, like, blowing my account. I just mean more, like, from the ego standpoint. Like, I don't want to look stupid. But, like, hey, if I look stupid with other people, that makes it a little bit easier. All right, maybe a short here. Yeah, so I'm talking strictly from an ego standpoint. Yeah, right about there. Okay. Come on. Come up and hit that trend line. Bump your head, knock yourself out. Well, I am in. I'm in. Come on. Come down, come down, come down, come down. Come down. Have my first couple targets. Come on. Hit that first target at least. That'd be great if you could hit that first target for me. Good, boy. Okay, this will be a green trade. Look at that, right off that trend line. Look at me, Ma. I'm a big kid now. All right, here we go. I'm a real boy now. Oh, my goodness. Look at this trend line. Oh, crap. No, I got 2 left. Okay, come on down to the 21 EMA. Come on down. Come on down. Yeah, up new all-time. I literally just shorted new all-time highs, and I'm making money. Who would have thought that was possible? Crazy. Almost W4. Almost. Okay, so now my risk is I make 5 points. So if I get stopped out because I'm 5 points in the green, that is officially my risk. Risk, make 5 points, reward unknown, because I don't know how far down this might want to go. Might get stopped out here. Very close, very close, very close, very close. And I am... stopped out. All right, there we go. All right, I think I'm going to try again. If it goes back up to that upper trend line, I'm going to keep trusting it. Let's see, right about there, I think. I am... Sure. Where'd the white line go? I don't like that. Wait, what? What just... Sorry. I don't know if my platform is glitching or what, but did we not all just see the white line Okay, I'm a little spooked right now. Okay, that seems fine. Oh, I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if we're having issues or not. Doggone it. Did you guys see that, or is that me? I could have sworn the white line just disappeared. Look at the... Oh, my... You got to be kidding. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It might have just, I'm not saying there are issues, but I'd never seen that before. Usually the white line takes precedence and like will just show. Look at that. The KISS method, folks. The KISS method. I know. Clay, why'd you do what you did? I have no cool sounding terminologies. Well, that was the ABC elemental P level in combination with the XYZ level in combination with the gamma toilet paper delta mongoose point from Norway. You know, I got nothing. I got nothing like that to explain. Doggone it. Yeah, maybe. I've never seen that though. Like, that was weird. The line just disappeared. Yeah, that was a platypus, exactly. Again, to be fair though, this thing is just, it does not want to roll over. Okay, do we finally have? No, I don't think I think we, yeah, it's this stupid thing. This is throwing off the angles of my lines, I think. Right? Because I want to connect this line with these two. But when I do that, yeah, that you can't call that a rise. That's not a rising wedge. But the upper tread line is still doing its job. Yeah, it's just amazing how cults are built, right? Let's take the basics and let's just call it a bunch of stupid things, just so I can sound smart, so I can build a cult following. That's how it goes, folks. I keep it up. I'm going to cook this. Okay, well, maybe call it a day then, guitar guy. Maybe call it a day. Rising channel? Yeah, maybe. Man. You guys saw me. I had my short order in there, and then I thought it glitched out. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. That's kind of irritating, though. That would have been really spicy. I mean, I would have loved to have learned with prop firms. I would have lost way less if I could have learned in a prop firm environment. Like, not to sound old and grumpy, but in my day, if you took a $2,000 loss for a really stupid mistake, it was a $2,000 loss out of your pocket. In this day and age, and I picked 2,000 very specifically, because in a prop firm, a $2,000 loss here is a rule violation. However, that just means you blow the account, which means you just lost whatever you paid for the account, which was $119. So again, back in my day, a $2,000 learning lesson literally cost me $2,000. In this day and age, for the same learning lesson, learn the same thing, $2,000 learning lesson would have only cost me $119. So yeah, I wish props were around back when I started. I'm glad I learned with my own money because newbies are the ones giving me payouts trying to get. Okay, yeah, no, I fully disagree with that. Again, for the reason I just discussed. Stupid thing, which all people do while learning. Same learning lesson. In this day and age, same learning lesson could cost you $119. As compared to me, if you're starting off with your own money, that same learning lesson cost you $2,000. Like, it's just basic math. What percentage do they pay you in a prop firm? With Take Private Trader, you get to keep 80% of your gains. But that's irrelevant. Because you can still create insane ROIs even only keeping 80%. I don't even know what that is. Get that garbage out of here. Again, that logic doesn't even make sense. Like, newbies, like when I was a newbie, I was still providing quote unquote payouts for experienced traders because I was doing stupid things. Like that happens in any market. That doesn't even make sense. Again, it's just basic math. Why? That's where I just say this is why it's the golden age right now of day trading. Oh crap! Yeah, we need to buy. Okay, I'm buying. I think did I miss it though? I wanted to buy right here. Okay, shoot. I totally got distracted. Can you believe that though? Right there, off the twice. Okay, I'm going for the top of the trend line again. Okay, just stop. To be fair, maybe you came from like a trust fund, maybe you had unlimited dollars to work with, but you're not going to convince me that, well, I'd rather have a $2,000 mistake for the I'd rather pay $2,000 as compared to $119 for the same learning lesson. Again, I am presupposing that the person is trying to learn. Now, maybe you're saying, well, but you don't really learn if it's only 119. Maybe, but you still have way more opportunity to learn at 119. I do think that eventually you will be like, okay, I keep doing the same thing over and it keeps creating this bad outcome. Okay, that makes way more sense why you're, okay, Anyways. Well, I don't know. You're making such poor arguments. That is the only thing I could conclude. Again, mathematically, I am presupposing the person that wants to learn. If you are here to just degenerate gamble, then this is not you. But the person that wants to learn, I think the math suggests that for the same learning lesson, it's better to pay 119 versus 2,000. Mathematically speaking. Again, for the person that wants to learn. But I guess even if you're a degenerate, prop firms are still great because at least as a degenerate, even if you cook an account, well, you still have money left. Like if all you had was $2,000 and you're a degenerate, one degenerate trade that goes wrong, okay, you're out. You're like your journey's over. You can't do any more degenerate gambles. But at least even with a prop firm, you can still do more degenerate gambles. Again. Okay, I can't do it. He does not. Well, that makes sense. He's not even from the United. So English is probably not his first language. I can't deal with him anymore. Dude does not listen. Yes, a lot of people want fast money. That's not who I said. I said the people that want to learn, not the people that want fast money. The people that want to learn. Isn't that crazy? Whoa, hey, somebody, shut. What? Oh, okay, it don't matter. It don't matter. This thing just wants to go up. But yeah, that was another scalp off that trend line. He cost you like the last 3 trades you would have taken. Yeah, maybe. But per your premise, you like those people, though, keeping the West wild. You're the guy that loves trolls. You're the guy that does not want me to ban trolls. So I guess you're entertained. Thank you. I hope you're entertained. But no, this trade right here was the platform. I thought the platform was glitching. But yeah. Okay, give me a 1. A lot of people said they were going to buy the 21 EMA. Did people buy the 21 EMA? Oh, okay. Now you're parsing things out. Keep the West wild. Good grief. Good. I'm glad some people bought down there. Good. See, at least not everybody got distracted, though. How to step away from the computer. That's a hard one. That is a hard one. That is what makes trading so hard. It's such a mental game. I mentally bought. Good job. It really is that easy today. Just I will buy the 21 EMA. VXN isn't great today. I don't know what VXN is. I do not trade ES, no. Okay, let me ask again. If it gets back to the 21 EMA, give me a 1 if you will buy. Because again, I want to make sure that if that's finally the time where it doesn't work, I'm not alone. So I don't look totally stupid. If it goes back to the 21 EMA, give me a 1 if you will buy. I just want to make sure I'm not alone. Okay, cool. I'm buying. I'm buying. CBO, NASDAQ. Is that like a... what can't I think of the term? Not a CFD? Is that a CFD or something? No chance I'm playing? Okay, well, I'm doing it. Because I've been saying no chance I'm playing this at this point for like the past 8 points, and they keep working. That same logic has cost me so many trades. That's it? 4,000? Dang, my hindsight account's up like, I don't know, 4 million or so? Oh, like the VIX? I just call that the VIX. I've never seen it referred to as the VXN. You think a buy closer to 590? Okay, fair enough. Gotta love a chat where the rhetoric includes baboon, dense, degenerates, Cletus, and Markey. And what about Spankum? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I think that's what you said was 690 the entire time, I thought. I don't know if that adjustment was necessary, but I did what I did. Next time, I will not buy. The structure has changed. Okay. I'm buying just because I'm buying. Oh, I started to hear that, low dots. Now, it has been breaking down through, so I'm actually going to go a little bit below it. That is something, let's see, the past, basically, well, we have one that was above it there, one slightly below. So I'm going to go for a little bit of a slight move below. So there's my buy order, though. If I'm wrong, then at least I know that I wasn't like the only person in the market that bought the 21 EMA to not have it finally work. Now, Lou thinks 690 is the buy. Which, fair enough, but so far, neither Lou nor myself have been filled yet. I just ate Sriracha Ramen and it... Sriracha's not that hot, is it? It was a lot of Sriracha, gotcha. All right, well. My bladder just can't do it right now, folks, so... Please don't go down there while I'm away. Yeah, okay. I'll be back in a second. In a moment. Okay. What? All right. I can't beat. I'm not doing with 5. Okay, here we go. Again, I'm looking for, just based on the history, I'm going to look for a little bit of a fake break. I'm shorting. All right, well, I'm going long. Hey, Sean. If the green line turns blue, I'm in. If I get a great bounce, I'm going to be very upset that I decided to scale down position size. But if this thing just goes kaput, I'll be very happy. Let's see what we can cook up here. Still waiting. Oh, let me guess. This pullback will be the time where it doesn't even quite hit the 21 EMA before going back up. Going short, 700. Hey, Western, nothing but my respect, good sir. Look at those 3 numbers. Total clarity. Good stuff, sir. I don't even really recognize the name. So good to have you. Or if you've been here, thanks for finally speaking up. You have my respect. Even if that turns out to be a losing trade, hey, you're a man of courage. Oil returning back up to the highs. Oh, whoop. Okay. Let's do this. If it wants to come back up, I'll grab. Okay. So if it wants to come, okay, there we go. Let's see if we can get a fake break. Again, looking to get long at the green line. So trying to basically buy at the 21 EMA. But I am waiting for confirmation. Let's see if it wants to come back up. Maybe give us a hammer here. Or is this finally the time where it does not work? Again, we've had a couple fake breaks. So perhaps this is just a fake break. Oh, well, all right. Nope, I'm done with this one. Now my... Okay, well... I'm glad I did. So you said you're going to buy there. I did, but I tried. I was trying to buy there. I just said if it comes back up. Told you. Okay. Christy, I'm going to send you off to a magical place where I need to send you off to self-awareness, or not situational awareness class, okay? So give you a situational awareness class for 30 minutes. What do you need to work on about situational awareness? Well, to tell a live streamer told you so is one of the more dented things you could ever do. Because I assure you there's always somebody that can tell the live streamer I told you so. Because for every person that says, hey, it's going to bounce from that level, somebody else says, no, it's going to flush down through. Somebody else says, no, it's going to consolidate. Somebody else says, no, the markets are going to freeze up and there will be no trading. So literally, no matter what happens, Christy, there is somebody that can always tell the live streamer, I told you so. Which will cause live streamers to lose their mind because, no kidding, you told me so. So because you did not understand that situational awareness, You are now in your training for 30 minutes to start to reflect upon your lack of situational awareness. Thankfully, 99% of you do understand that situational awareness. 99% of you are not I told you so folks, which is why you have not been sent to the 30-minute training webinar. It sucks when you have an old sick cat. I can't trade too emotional. Yeah. That is one of the things where you do have to factor in outside life. Outside life can for sure creep into. In fact, I would go as far as to say you are lying to yourself as a trader if you think that you can somehow parse your brain out and just like block out all things going on in your real life. I don't think that's really possible. No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm trying to keep the KISS method here. And I guess I use volume profile. So in a sense, I sort of already do that. Goodness. Oh, okay. Doc Sol, we're at the 5-minute 21 EMA. Wow, and we're not even caring about that. Okay, let me bring that over. Now, granted, it did bounce directly off it right there. So, granted, there's not as much history as like the 2-minute had with the 21 EMA. Yeah, I agree, but I also, from my personal experience, issues that I think are small are actually bigger than what they actually are, and then they still wreak havoc. Bitcoin finally catching a bid? All right. I don't know. We'll see. By the way, I should thank all of you way more often than I do. Thank you for, like I said, 99% of you, because you have situational awareness. So I suppose, shout out to your parents. They taught you situational awareness. But thank you for not being I told you soers. Sitting on hands? Yeah, I'm close. I'm getting close to maybe cooking something up here, though. Oh, today's going to be a rough day text-wise. It is voting today in Iowa. And all the texts, however they got my number, I don't know. But they're all reminding me. So yes, thank you. Thank you. It is voting day in Iowa today. Yes, I know. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, real life stuff right now. Whenever I see it. Yeah, that's like you might want to head to a doctor for that one. That is like that might be like a genuine baboon brain. Mine's just supposed to be like a metaphor. I think you might actually have a baboon brain. Okay, 21 EMA in the 5-minute. Great looking candle there. Agreed. Yeah, Neil. I'm just looking at it. In at. Okay, where's your stop at, brother? No, where's your stop at? Okay, so your target is around 700. Fair enough. Where's your stop at? Sean, where's your stop at? I'm getting worried for you. Thank you, Sarah. 664. Oh, so you're out then. You had a 5 point stop? Yeah, I guess that, yeah. I was going to say that seems kind of tight, but so, all right. So you're already in and stopped out. Fair enough. It happens. Can't be right all the time. Appreciate you giving us the numbers. Okay. Okay. Real life stuff. Okay, I'll be back. There, by the way, but if you're a bear flag or bear, so I know there's a bear flag, but as always, independent thinking. Maybe you could totally just doggone it. Maybe I also have a baboon brain. All right. Sorry if that was more than 2 minutes. We had to talk utility room sink. No, wait. No, not laundry room. Laundry room sink, which I appreciate. You know you got to keep her if she's like running numbers by you first, as opposed to just yanking out the credit card and swiping away. So I appreciate the fact that she was like, well, before I pull the trigger on this laundry room sink, let's make sure it fits within the budget numbers. So there we go. The things that come along with buying or building a house, you got to consider that laundry room sink. If trading is exhausting, then why trading? You are the market versus yourself. I think am I missing a conversation out there somewhere? Because I don't remember making the claim that trading is exhausting. So Speedy Rick, or are you just throwing that out there as like a hypothetical? Yep, but if she has a vision, then go with it too. No, that's how people end up in debt. I have a vision to go get a Roman bobsled degree. Okay, well, let's take a step back and look at some numbers about this vision. So I'm not pushing back against the vision, but there is such a thing as bad visions. And there are easy ways to quantify bad visions via numbers. That's why I love numbers. Numbers are logic. Like you can logically say that is a bad vision. Here's why. It will put you in debt the rest of your life. So no, I 100% disagree that if she has a vision, then go with it. No. It has nothing to do with trust. Because honest mistakes happen. I could trust her to make an honest mistake. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that the budget was XYZ. Where? If you wash the laundry, then by all means pick the sink that you like. Incorrect. If you protect the house, then by all means go buy $40,000, go, and because I was curious. If you protect the house, then by all means go spend whatever amount you want on protection. I might try that. Maybe I'll try that logic, and I bet I could get some really cool Second Amendment things, if you know what I'm saying, with that logic. Hey, honey, if you expect me to protect the house, that's why I got all this. Honey, it's we can't feed the kids anymore. But honey, I'm the one that protects the house. Therefore, I'm going to get the thing that I like. That is probably a better, maybe a little bit more sustainable thing. But these are investments, honey. Now that but the logic overall, let me put it, it's a little squirrely. Because I do something, I can therefore spend whatever amount I want doing this thing. All right, we are. Ammo is some of the best investments I've made because I'm a dork and because I track it on a spreadsheet. Like from where I bought some of the ammo to what I could sell it for now. The problem though is like I don't want to sell it. Like, so it's kind of it's like one of those weird things. Buy. I don't know, Jaboni. Are you gonna are you gonna make me a pizza? Okay, what I will look for is this candle's got 37 seconds or 35 until it's done moving around. Then I'd like to see it come up here, bump its head here, and then come back down, and I'll look for a short. That's actually, yeah. Why isn't there ammo futures? Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. Oh, dang. Yeah, I have not checked the ammo market in a while. All I know is that, like, Republican presidents are terrible gun sales. Like, Republicans are terrible for the gun market. But yeah, I don't know the stats, but I think Barack Obama was one of the best salesmen ever for guns. Like, you want to talk about bull markets in that arena? You throw a Democratic president in there, woo, bullish. Your net worth is increasing. But yeah, right now I am assuming that it's kind of bearish out there in the market. But that is also a matter of perspective. If you're looking to buy, hey, probably some good deals out there. I am out. Good job, Cheryl. Heck no. Why do people got to run and stock up on all that stuff? Think about it, Brad. What would create demand for guns? Oh, these things are going to be banned. Let me get some before these things are banned. There is one party that leans more. Now, I do realize no Democrat wants a ban, and that's fair. So I'm not saying that that's a position, but there is one more political party that is a little bit more bearish on that stuff. So, I mean, you can look at the stats too. Like, but it is also a matter of perspective. If you're a buyer, then you don't really like those markets because now you're having to pay more for ammo, more for all that sort of stuff. But yeah, like as a buyer for Republic, sure, because prices, there's not as much as demand out there. Okay, never mind, Brad. It's okay, never mind. Maybe somebody else can explain it to Brad so he understands what I'm trying to say here. I'm actually thinking of a long here. Or is this? I don't know. It's just been such a bullish, basically since the stream started, that my brain has been like ingrained, like bullish. Like this could not actually be the start of a bigger pullback. Okay, Jaboni's going into timeout. Man, shows up out of nowhere, and then it's just completely annoyance mode. We'll give him 30 minutes. Because we're all foolish. No, he's not doing anything. He's telling me to do all this stuff that I can guarantee he ain't doing. Jaboni, go make pizzas, brother. Dang, dork, yeah. My wife says toilet paper is the best investment. No, a running stream would be way better. Okay, I'm short. I might add to it, so let's just let it cook around. Yeah, there you go, Brad. W4 leaning into it a little bit more. Do you still do? No, I'm on a extended vacation from the podcast. Will it ever come back? I don't know. In a weird way, I almost do like a 4-hour podcast every day, aka known as a live stream. Now, granted, I understand that I'm not interviewing people per se, but I am talking with people. We're having discussions, all that sort of stuff. So, okay, looking to add at the red line there. Or not. Yeah, and Brad, I mean, you can go check the stats. Like, it is kind of like a running joke. Like, the joke just being Democrat presidents make the best gun salesmen. Do you play the same strategy at the open? If you want to see how I trade at the open, I have an entire playlist that shows a lot of trades that are occurring at the open, Sugar Trader. So yeah, on my YouTube channel, there's a bunch of live trade videos. Correct. Republicans bring prices down. Exactly. You're welcome, Sugar. Huh, that sounded kind of creepy. What's up with... We have Dork. We have Sugar now. We have Dum Dum. Making me sound like a creep. You're welcome, Sugar. Man, tried again to get filled right there. Okay, in. I added 3 more. I'm almost tempted to add more down here if it were to drop down here. That'd be very, very interesting. At this point, basically like a little miniature bear pennant here. So that'd be kind of the area I'd love to see a breakdown through. Come on. Come on, bear pennant. I'm going to add 3 more at the red line if it comes back down. I'm going to try to trust this pattern. So I'm looking to add 3 more at the red line. So technically adding to a winner here. But it's got to come down if I'm going to add. All right, James. Don't have too many beers, though. Okay, stop, Sugar. Okay, stop with that nonsense talk. I don't want to hear about those. In fact, I can't stand those 3 letters. You were part of a cult. Yes, there's always something somewhere. I understand that if this trade doesn't work out, somebody's going to be able to explain. Well, Clay, didn't you see the Ethiopian VWAP right there? You idiot. It was at the Ethiopian VWAP. Somebody else is going to be saying, what are you talking about, man? That was at the Canadian fib level. Somebody else is going to be saying, dude, that was at the Australian asymmetrical indicator. Yes, yes. I understand. There's always somebody that can explain something. If you look hard enough, you'll be able to... Did it not film me? No. Come on now. Come down, brother. No, I'm not. Oh, I guess I'm a little mad at you. I'm more so upset that you were brainwashed by this cult. Come on, get through there. Push. Push. Go. Okay, down to 3 now. I want to take some size off because there is always a threat. It might bounce from that. All right, I'm out. There is always a threat. It could bounce from that trend line, and that's what it did. So I don't even, did I even make money on that? I don't remember. What was this number before I took that trade? Bummer. I feel fine about it. I've managed it the way I did. I did add size. My risk was increasing. I took size off at the trend line in case it bounced. It did bounce. But the reason why I didn't take it all off was what happens if this flush actually happened? Then I would have still had 3 to enjoy the ride. And it still may happen, but again, I was not going to risk having it bounce back in my face when I added that much size. Okay, so I did make money on it. Okay. So there you go. The 15-minute whatever stupid cult-like thing, yeah, just got spit in its face. So right there, I mean, I'm happy with how I traded it. I traded it how I needed to. It just didn't give the full pullback. Now I might hop back in. We'll see how it continues to develop. But yeah, I just was not willing to take the risk that it was going to bounce off that trend line and then, with my entire size. Maybe W4. The problem with that, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but the problem with that mentality can lead to those like 95% win rates where the person still isn't profitable though. I'm not. Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, but sounds like you might have some experience. But yeah, that's crazy. We're in the middle of a 14 and 50 EMA. Okay, yeah. This is why I always appreciate that people are like, hey Clay, look at the, because I understand that comes from a good place. They're trying to encourage me. Hey Clay, check this thing out. That's why what's going on, and that's fair. But like, if I checked out and then started to pay attention to those things at this point in the live streaming, like I always say, I'd have like 8 monitors with a bunch of different time frame charts. I'd have 4,000 indicators, including the Ethiopian VWAP. Because well, Clay, you got to look at this. That's where it bounced off of, and that's true. But like I said, if you look hard enough, you will find exactly why the price bounced from right there. For all we know, it bounced off of the 3-minute. I don't know, the 3-minute RSI from, Rwanda. I don't know. So my point is this. As traders, you got to just pick a lane and then stay in that lane. Because if you're going to just constantly go back, you're going to overwhelm yourself. I'm very happy with how I played that then. Bummer. Man, I thought we were about to get some goodness, but nope. With that said, it's not like you have to be a perfect, flawless trader. I still made money on it. Did I make as much as I would like to? No, but I mean, it's not like it's either do or die, be a flawless trader, have the perfect idea, or you can't make any money. Why don't you trade futures? What are you doing? What in the world? W4. What are you doing? What do you trade? Well, let me take. First off, are you a day trader? I use a Mongolian low tide. Yeah, Garrett, that one's a little too advanced for me. Those moon cycles and tides, a little bit too intense. Oh, dude, that is so antiquated. That is so outdated. Oh, that is so risky. The math does not make any sense for that. You need way more money. You're taking on way more risk for less gains. Dude, seriously, you need to consider futures trading on a prop firm. The numbers are mind-blowing. Again, what you were doing, it made sense probably like 6-7 years ago. Like, I get it. But like, we are in the golden age of day trading because of the invention of micro futures and prop firms. There was a 50% pullback I was looking for. Cool. I do remember, Sean, I remember you mentioned something about a 50%, but so credit to you. You called that ahead, or you said that ahead of time, which is good. No, I'm not going to get on my soapbox anymore, but I do like W4 actually. I like his sense of humor. Seems like a good guy. So I feel, I feel that it is the friendly thing to do, to just get a little blunt and be like, dude, you're doing what mathematically does not make any sense. Yeah, again, it's not right, Daniel. Nobody, I'm not saying that you can't make money doing it. I'm just saying you're making your life hard. Like the math just does not suggest it's the most efficient way to go about it. It's how prop firms make their money that I don't like. Okay. So you're going to do something that mathematically doesn't make any sense because you don't like the math? I do, Joshua, but not as often. Yeah, to me that yeah, I don't understand that logic. Well, I mean, I get it. Like, oh, they make money if you fail. Well, no, not necessarily. Some of them fine, but like he's lumping all prop firms together. That's why I love Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader, they actually want to find, they want you to succeed and they want to find good traders because there's actually a pathway to a live account where now you are making them money. So yeah, I mean, I understand if the prop firm is they don't have any live, they'll never send you live, so they quite literally want you to fail. I can hear what you're saying. I'm profitable, self-funded, right? And you'd be way more ROI from an ROI standpoint. You would be way more profitable with a prop firm. Like your ROIs are not anywhere close to what you're doing, and that's just basic math. I mean, James, at some point, probably, but hopefully not. Again, I do understand what he is saying if it is a prop firm with no live account. Fair enough, because yes, technically speaking, they literally don't want you to succeed. But like, you can't just take that logic and apply it to all prop firms because that doesn't apply. If the prop firm has a live account, then no, they would love for you to be successful. No, I don't need to see your portfolio, Sean Newby. It's not hard. Like okay, it doesn't matter. The self-funded guys, the ego is so what it is he's trying to justify doing something that he knows does not work. Whatever I get, let me put it this way. You've never had a 19% return or 19,000% return on a trade. I guarantee you've never had that using your own funds. But 1,000% ROIs in the prop firm world, again, I understand all these sound scammy, but when you understand prop firm numbers and prop firm math, yes, you can turn insane ROIs. So I don't need to see your portfolio to know that you're not touching any sort of ROIs compared to prop firms. Which again, if you're such a good trader and you're if profitable with your own money, why would you not now start to create insane ROIs for yourself? Again, some of the best traders in our private community that I, been around for over a decade now, traders way better than me, way more wealthy than me. They're like, Clay, why would I not do prop firms, Clay? And the difference there is they put their ego aside and are just focused on the math. Again, Sean Newby, again, I don't, regardless, your ROIs, I guarantee, are not anything. It's okay, though. So if you blow up an account with max round in 2000 and they only charge 119, well, yeah, because at the early stages, Z3, it's happening in a simulated environment. So when you lose the 2000, you're not actually losing 2000. So again, Sean Newby is all about, hey, I'm a great trader, I'm a great trader, I'm a great trader. Fine, I'll accept that premise. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but I'll accept it. Yeah. Well, to each their own. I'm going to bring some math to the table here. So Sean Newby claiming, oh, I'm good. Okay, fine. Have you seen my portfolio? Okay, I'll concede. You're a great trader. Okay, so what he could do is he could go and buy an account for 119. Now, do you have to make some money first? Or is there some time? Like you got to accomplish some things first? Sure. But if you're a great consistent trader like he claims to be, what's a little bit of time when you know that the ROIs are waiting for you? So let's say he gets an account for 119. But let's say he actually cooks it 10 times. So he fails 10 times to kind of do these numbers. I don't know how that's possible given he's a great trader. Look at my portfolio, blah, blah, blah. But let's just, to tilt the math in prop firm's favor, I lose my calculator. Let's say he goes and cooks 10 of these. Well, if he's paying 119 for account, so he's 119, and he loses 10 of those, well, that means he did that 10 times. So he's down 1190. Of his own money, he's down 1190. And then let's say he buys another account. So we have to add this plus 119. So now we have to hop over here. His amount invested in this account is, what did I say that was? I'm dented. Is 1309. 1309, right? Because then when you think about it, when you make an investment, that is your risk, right? That's what you're trying to gauge. An ROI is essentially your return on risk. You are risking this amount of money. What kind of return can you get on it? So right now, he has risked 1309. That's how much money he has put in, and all is on the table. No. You said that I'm consistently profitable. So there you go. You're consistently profitable. Okay, well, somebody that is consistently profitable should be, and again, I'm giving you grace too. I'm saying that you would cook 10 accounts. I don't think you'd cook 10 accounts. If you're consistently profitable, I'm not sure why you would cook 10 accounts before ever getting a payout. So I'm trying to err. I'm not twisting anything. I'm twisting stuff, but in your favor. So he's got 13,090, but because he's a consistent trader, as he claimed, let's say on account number 11, he goes and he actually accomplishes a $2,000 payout, which in futures, okay, $2,000. Let's look at his ROI. He's at a 52.8% ROI. And think about it, he has failed 10 times. Number 11, he tries, and he's actually at a 52.8%. After failing 10 times, try number 11, now he's at a 52.8% ROI. Again, this is why I say the really good traders that are part of my private community that have done very well in life, they're like, Clay, why would I ever not do a prop firm? Because they understand this math. Yeah, do you have to first kind of pass a couple tests, prove you can manage risk? Sure. But within the bigger picture, something known as patience, they understand that a little bit of patience, a little bit having to, show that they can manage risk, blah, 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 yields them great ROIs. I could do prop firms. Right. And what I'm telling you is it's a poor choice. And I just backed up your poor choice with math. That is my point. That's why I love math, because I can objectively show somebody with math and logic, yeah, that's just a bad choice. Not my opinion. Well, I guess if you want to disagree with logic, aka math, fine. But I think it's kind of crazy that you could fail 10 times and then on try number 11 still come out. Now, again, I'm only assuming a $2,000 payout. For all we know, maybe he got $2,500, $3,000. Maybe he only failed 8 times. Oh, he's only 3 months in. Good grief. Oh, I'm debating a 3-month trader. Good grief. Yeah, that proves nothing other than you've just been getting lucky. We know, again, if you've been around long enough, you know people that can make that argument. Well, I've been around for 3 months. I took small amount into big account. I know what, okay. Anyways, there we go. I could do a prop firm. I choose not to. Yes, and I just mathematically proved to you why that is a bad choice. But if you want to continue to make bad choices, I will sleep just fine at night because I didn't hit you over the head with my opinion. I brought math to the table. Very hard to pass prop firms with short drawdowns. Remember, you are trading against. Okay, well, Chris, it sounds like you. I'm not saying that it's like super easy to pass, but like, it's very hard trading is very hard. The prop firm is not making it very hard, Chris. Trading is just hard. You can't blame the prop firm for trading being very hard. If anything, those rules you're complaining about are a good thing because they're forcing the trader to actually have to think about risk management, which is a good thing. Well, Clay, if I use my own funds, I don't have to have any rules. Think about what you just want. I don't want any rules. I want to be able to hold and hope. I want to be able to, okay. How are your commissions and fees? Actually, Chuck, good question. And I learned this several months ago. I was not aware of it. Take Profit Trader, I think, has the best commission structure. They are the lowest commissions by far. Welcome to Scalpy Scalp Nation. Welcome to this kind of slow grind back up nation. No, Bramu, I know English is not your first language. Commission wise, as far as I'm aware, Take Profit Trader has the lowest commissions across the industry. Hey, Cam. 100% the lowest. Yeah, that's what I thought, unless something had changed. At the end of the day, here's what people actually want to say. Clay, if I use my own funds, I don't have to deal with those prop firm rules. And yes, I will say there are going to be moments where if you were in a prop firm, it would be game over. Whereas if you are in your own funds and there are no rules, you'll actually be able to weather the storm and you'll come out with a green trade. Yes, that will happen. That will happen. But here's the problem. Those sorts of things are building bad habits. A prop firm is smacking you across the face saying you held and hoped. Yeah, that's not good. Does holding and hoping work? It absolutely does. In fact, I'll go as far as to say, does holding and hoping work more times than it doesn't? Yes, it does. Therefore, if you use your own funds compared to a prop firm, you will have those winning trades because you can weather the storm because you were able to hold and hope. Here's the problem, and anybody with experience, you know where this is all headed. Here's the problem with that hold and hope that maybe yields a 90% win rate. The time that it does not work, yeah, about that 10% of times. Whereas a prop firm is going to smack that out of your system. Do not hold and hope. Do not hold and hope. So it's not shocking to hear that this guy's only been around 3 months. He's grown his account. Yeah, he's been able to hold and hope. So far, it has worked out. Yes, I concede. Holding and hoping works out more than it doesn't. The problem is when it does not work out, feel free to any of experienced traders. You know exactly what happens. Big Mama, are you new to the prop firm? I understand you're new. Do you mean you're new to this chat or are you new to the prop firm landscape? Okay, if you're new to prop firms, I say Take Profit Trader because they have a very clean set of rules, easy to understand. So if you're new to the prop firm world, Take Profit Trader, which is at the top of the screen. And then if you want to help support the stream, get yourself the discount code Clay, all caps. That 10% of the time will collect your market tuition with interest. Exactly, with interest, yep. You're welcome, Big Mama. Yeah, like I said, code Clay, help support the stream. Give yourself the discount. Prop firms are a good way to develop discipline. Yeah, exactly. The people that gripe about the rules are the people that actually just want to hold and hope. They actually don't want to. They may say that they want to manage risk, but they don't. That drawdown doesn't make it challenging, sure. But trading with discipline is challenging. That's what makes trading hard, because you've got to trade with discipline. You've got to manage risk. No. Good trade. Anti. That's one of the other reasons why, again, take profit trader, very clean set of rules. There is no scalping rule. So no. Some trades, yeah, you got to hold it on for XYZ amount of time. Not so with take profit trader. Now, also to be fair, are there prop firms out there that I would argue take the rules way too far? For some strategies, sure. But that's also where I never want to make a blanket statement, because I do understand. So, for example, my funded futures, they, from what you guys have told me, very, very high commissions for micros. Now, does that mean that therefore my funded futures is not a good prop firm? No. But if you are a micro scalper, if you're a scalper and you're taking on bigger size with with those sorts of contracts, yeah, they may not be good for you. But again, if you're a sway trader and you're making like 2 trades a day because each trade you hold 6 hours at a time, okay, you probably don't care about those commissions. So that's where you can't really you can't really make too many of those things. But that's why, again, I like take profit trader, because just a clean set of rules. Low commissions, no scalping rule, no scaling rule, no consistency rule. Here are the numbers. Here's your drawdown. Here's your which I don't want to turn beginner traders off from prop firms. I want them to come away with a good experience. Now, once they become experienced, sure, branch out. Tradeify, Lucid, Apex, my funded futures. Like, once you get more experience, then you can navigate things because you'll have a better understanding of the prop firm world. But like, again, just getting started in prop firms, take profit trader. Tradeify as a rule. Okay, yeah. So that would be a very scary thing for me as somebody that, if possible, would prefer not to have to hold something for 10. I know 10 seconds doesn't seem like a lot. And for you, you're like, well, I don't care about 10 seconds. Well, for me, I do. That actually makes a difference. There's a drug for hold and hoping. It's called hopium. Yes. And on top of that, Deadeye Dave, admittedly, the drug usually works out. If you hold and hope, you know what? You can create some very high win rates holding and hoping. So yeah, in your little analogy, yeah, hopium, it can work out more times than not. Sometimes way more times than not. But the one time where you get that bad pill, whew, it is bad. Well, yeah, a limit right here. Right, I can just click on the chart. Buy. There's a limit right there. You just click on the chart, dude. Boom. See that buy limit? Boom. Yeah, just butt clench, crack some walnuts, and there you go. Yeah, Z3, I'm telling you, you're going to like futures compared to whatever you've been doing. Is Tradeovate the perfect platform? No, but that's kind of a stupid bar anyways. Is there a perfect platform? No. Well, you can also connect TradingView with, or I'm sorry, you can also connect Tradovate with TradingView too. I mean, right here, look. So I mean, they are, I don't know what word I'm looking. Compatible. They are compatible with TradingView. Yeah, NinjaTrader, the same company. Well, I'm pretty sure. I guess fact check me, but I'm pretty confident that the same company owns both Tradovate and NinjaTrader. But only if you eat beans, Ty. It makes sense to you because you're here to learn and you understand basic math. So good. Thank you for being teachable. Thank you for just putting your ego aside and looking at the math. Position sizing is just a function of the account. So if you go with the 50K, for example, it tells you right here, per trade, again, there's no pattern day trade rule, so you can make as many trades as you want. But each trade, you can go as high as 6 NQs, for example, or 60 MNQs. For the 150K account, you can go as high, again, make as many trades as you want, no pattern day trade rule. But each trade, you can go as many as 15 NQs or 150 MNQs. What was the longest you've been on a plane for? And I've been to Hawaii twice. And the one we flew, I think we left from Denver. I think the other time we went from Phoenix. So I don't know. That would be the longest though. So was that like 8 hours or something? I'm not, but you have piqued my curiosity. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna say, what does that have to do with anything? But maybe you're trying to figure out like patience levels. Like, how patient should you be as a trader? Maybe, is that, I have no idea. That's the guess. But how the heck? What does the longest I've been on a plane, or anybody's been on a plane for? Or are you just shooting the breeze? Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. MNQ moves 2 points, or I'm sorry, $2 per point per contract. I assure you, compared to what you're doing, futures is going to blow it out of the water. And then NQ, which is why I would not start with NQ. But NQ, every point represents $20 per contract, which is where you start to do the math and you're like, wait, and that one account will let you buy 15? Yeah, it can get intense in a hurry. 700 continuation, plus I'm long. Well, where are you long at, Abel? Abel, in fact, how long have you been in this trade for? How many hours? Since Abel, well, I don't know. I might be wrong about you, Abel. I could have sworn when you first showed up, you were like a day trader. But now you're more like a sway trader where it would not surprise me if you've been in this current trade for like the past 9 hours. Joshua is short right now. Okay, and where's your stop at, Joshua? You're short right now. Fair enough. Where's your stop? Stop is 700. Roger that. Well, looking so good so far. I'm going to try a long right here. He wants to bounce. Looking for a bounce off this purple line. The 50 SMA, it's done it before right here. As of now, though, not looking like it wants to bounce. Hey, Papacito. What platform is best for prop firm? I like Take Profit Trader. So if you are new, Randy, and you're just getting started in the prop firm space, Take Profit Trader I think is very beginner friendly because they have a very clean set of rules. And that's who's at the top of the screen there, Randy. If you look across the top, if you go to that link and then code Clay, that will get you Take Profit Trader and give you the current promotion. 40% off. No, I'm sorry, 30% off and then 0 activation fee. Are you able to scalp on Take Profit Trader? Yes. That we were talking about that earlier. There is no scalping rule. Which again, it goes back to the point of like very, very clean set of rules. No consistency rule, no scaling rule, no scalping rule. Well, I am glad I waited for confirmation. So yes, I was wrong to have been thinking long. However, just because I had a wrong thought does not mean I had a losing trade. Why? Well, because the one good thing I decided was, well, let's wait for confirmation. Never got confirmation, therefore never took the trade. So there we go. Correct, James. Yeah. Scalps under 5 seconds are okay. Yosef, you are focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on the wrong thing. You keep 80%, but who cares? The ROIs are, and I've done this calculation before, we could assume that you only get to keep 50% and the ROIs are still insane. Like they are still scam-like. Again, you keep 80%, but even if we were to take it down to 50%, the ROIs, but again, you're focused on the wrong thing. How much money? How much money? You should be asking, how well is my risk protected? You know, what's the risk management like? No. But regardless, focus on the risk management aspect of things. Oh, yeah, oil did spike. Yeah. I don't know if he was or not, Sean. I'm not sure. Clay, I don't come in. Well, why don't you come in here often? What the heck? But good, thank you. I'm glad you like the psychology. Again, A-Bull shops based on price, not on rules. We've talked about this a million times, right? I argue. Oh, gotcha, Joshua. Okay, that makes sense. Watching you taught me Tradeovate. Oh, cool. Well, good. Glad I could help in that regard. But like I said, I encourage everybody to shop based on rules, not price. Why? Well, because here's my evil, as a chat, this is our evil business plan to go at people that think that way. We're going to create a prop firm called the Baboon Den. We're going to offer $500,000 purchasing power accounts. $500,000 purchasing accounts. We're going to offer them at 99% off for $10. But we're going to have like 4,000 rules. So you're never going to pass the test. You're never going to get a payout. But for the people that don't even consider rules, they're just like, what's the lowest price? Oh man, we're going to have a field day with them. 500,000 purchasing power, 99% off for $10. And we're going to run this deal like every other week. So like normal pricing will only be 80% off, but then we're going to, hey, flash sale, even though this flash sale has happened 4,000 times this year, flash sale, 99% off, we're going to make a lot of money. We're going to make a lot of money off the people that shop based on price, not rules. I mean, heyo, to be fair, for some people, it fits in with their strategy, no problem. Clay, you ever reset your pro accounts? No. In no way, shape, or form are you going to convince me it was worth it to reset a pro account. I can mathematically blow that out of the water. Heck no, I've never reset a pro account because I understand math and I have a little patience in my bones. Now, maybe in this one situation, you got lucky and it was worth it, but you keep doing that, they're going to get their money back. Anything that they've paid you out, Isle Boy, they're going to get back from you. Heck no, it's not worth it. Hey, yo, because you're not willing to take base hits. That's your problem. Well, I mean, to be fair, James, I have a code with Lucid too. So I'm not saying to like, you can only do one prop firm. You can do multiple prop firms. I'm just really hammering home take profit trader because I know there's people in here that are beginners and are probably like, dang, I can see the value of futures in a prop firm. But which prop firm? I just don't want to overwhelm them by throwing like 4,000 prop firm choices. That is, well then yes it is. I can tell that because if you are saying that's a negative, then that reveals that you're not okay taking base hits. Well then stop your complaining, you dent. Okay, this is where I start to lose my mind. Here's what you're suffering from. The world revolves around me-itis. For you, maybe it's a negative. For yes, everybody has negatives in one angle or another depending on your strategy. Yes. Good grief. I've literally been saying this the entire time. Like my fund and futures, they have high commissions for micros. That does not mean, therefore, it's bad for everybody. It's a negative for everybody. Like you keep making these universal statements. That's not how it works. Why isn't it worth doing the reset? Because the pro reset, for the amount they'll charge you to reset a pro, you could go buy like 6 test accounts. Okay. I don't know. Heyo usually is fine. Again, I would argue it's actually a good thing. How is a trailing drawdown a good thing? Because you beat the drawdown by base hits, which you just said. Well, no, I can take base hits because I've got many payouts. A lot of people, this is just theory on my part, but I think because of social media and everybody seeing massive gains, huge trades, people just think that you got to hit home runs. That's it. Swing big. Go for big home runs. A lot of people don't even understand, and I understand why. It's kind of counterintuitive. But like people forget and are not even aware that base hits add up shockingly quickly. So a trailing drawdown is going to force you to take base hits, and then it opens people's eyes. Holy crap. Base hits are pretty cool. Now the thing with the trailing drawdown, it also stops anyways. So if you want to go back to swinging big, fine, go back to swinging big. But what I found and why I would argue it's a positive is it opens people's eyes to how powerful base hits actually are. It helps bust out of this general philosophy of you got to swing big, you got to get hit home runs, all this sort of stuff. So no, I fully disagree, that it's a negative. Because I've lost count of how many people, again, I'm not calling them stupid because I understand at surface level, it doesn't make sense. Well, what do you mean? I'm not going to take that little base. 7 points? I'm not going to take 7 points. Did this guy really just take an 8-point trade? Well, that's kind of, like, I get it. But like, base hits, I don't know, give me a 5. Is anybody here that can attest how kind of shockingly, in a weird way, base hits add up? Hit the 5. Because, I understand I could just be sitting here yapping. But like, I bet there's people here that are like, whoa, base hits add up quick. And a lot of people are forced into learning this because of the trailing drawdown. So right there, no, it's not a negative for everybody. Hence my original point. Stop making universal blanket statements. I had my best day today. All base hits. Now, they're not, Bryn, they're going to the trolls will accuse us of, oh, he's a plant. You paid him to say that. Yeah. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that taking a big swing, going for home runs is bad per se. I'm just saying that, yes, the trailing drawdown, if you refuse to do base hits, it's still not impossible to pass with big, swinging big, but it is more tricky that way. It is more tricky if you refuse to do base hits and you insist that you have to swing big. Again, not impossible, but it is more tricky. Oh, I'm sorry, Nas. If I've been ignoring you, I have not meant to. It sounds complicated to me. I guess I'm not sure what it is. I ate 6-day expired bread on accident. I think you should be fine. There's enough chemicals in there to make that not expired. Yeah, exactly. And there's that too, Sean. Like there's base hits. Hey, well, I mean, that's why I'm saying if you're going for home runs, that's what I kind of mean, Sean. Like it will be trickier that way. Yeah, expiration date, yeah, mere opinion. No, I like that. No mold your gold. Yeah, social media, I mean, it's like this for any space. It's not like it's unique to trading. Oh, really? I did not aware that they you cannot do. I don't know, Yosef. I have no experience with them. Yosef, do take profit trader. You dent. You dent. Why is this guy calling people? I call everybody a dent. I am the king dent. So let's just calm down for a second. Those looking to be offended for somebody else, let's all calm down. It's a term of endearment around here, okay? Can you trade platinum? I think so. Pretty sure, Randy, but I'd probably want to reach out for them first. But yeah, I think you can trade platinum. Ooh, wow. Very good conversations today, by the way. I appreciate the discussions right at the 50 SMA here on the 5-minute. I don't know if we're breaking down. If anything, maybe are we finally going to get a bounce? This is an interesting level here. Yes, yeah. For you are a dented total dork. Yeah. Triple bottom. Yeah, maybe. I'd probably say like a fake break triple bottom at this point. Assuming that's bottom 1, bottom 2. Technically, kind of broke down through it, but hence my fake break. What's a dent? What do you think a dent is? If I call it, if they're like, man, this thing showed up dented. What are your thoughts on it? Something that shows up dented, and then take that concept and apply it to, like you saying, resetting pro accounts is like worth it is a dented comment. I'm going to try short if it comes back down. Okay, I'm in short. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. I am short. Come on. I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, not to mention, So what is dent? What does that mean? That was a dented trade. Why was that a dented trade? How did I just illustrate that I'm a dented baboon? You guys literally just heard me talking about on the 5-minute, we had the 50 SMA there. And then like 18 seconds later, I went short. So as I glanced over, I'm like, oh crap, it might bounce off that level. I really don't have a lot of wiggle room from the short side. Hence why I hopped out so quickly. And hence why I don't really... Now, I'm not saying that it can't break down through the 5-minute. But like, that was dented. So there's an example of what it's like to be dented. That was a dented trade plan. Clay, are you copy trading any of the... No, I don't copy trade. I do the racehorse model, which just means that, yes, I have pro accounts, but I'm also always working on passing more to stash away. So I do trade multiple accounts, yes, but I'm not copy trading anything. Went long, also got stopped. Went long, got stopped also. Well, thankfully for me, I was short there. So it was a small winning trade, but yeah, a dented trade. Yeah, I'm long where you were short. Uh-oh. Did that just stop you out right there? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at this thing trying to bounce back up. Oh, I hesitated. It got me. I don't know why. The 5 minutes looking great with that 50 SMA. I think I'm a little, so I want to diagnose myself. Why? I think because, and this will mean more to those of you if you've been for the past couple of weeks, it hasn't been an everyday thing, but I've had some like late afternoon, like relative to like the live stream, like the back half of the live stream, the last potentially hour and a half, well, like the wheels start to fall off for me. And I think that's why I hesitated. I'm a little hesitant now. Man, is this going to be another one of these days where the wheels start to fall off? Been watching me since 97. No, you got me confused with somebody else, brother. 97, dude, I was like in 8th grade in 90. Well, let me put it this way. If you've been watching me since 97, I'm calling the police on you because you've been a creep. You've been a creep because that's like me in 8th grade or 7th grade or something, brother. So let me go ahead and call the police. Because that is creepy. So it was you. There was always a windowless van. There is always a windowless van. So now it makes sense. That was you. When I'm green in the morning, I hesitate in the afternoon. Makes sense. I can see that. Maybe scale down a little bit, James, or open up another account, or I don't know. Yeah, a white windowless van. Oh, I honestly, I just assumed it was a typo. So I decided to give you a little bit of a hard time about your typo. That's right. Free puppies down by the river. Sprinkled with sugar. Little candy puppies. We got to vote. So after this, Scott, I'm going to vote. I did say sugar. Small town America. Hopefully there's not going to be a long line at kind of the middle of the afternoon when I'll be done with this thing. What states are voting today? California, Iowa. I saw a headline. There are 6 of them. Are you in a state that votes today? If so, what is your state? In the chat. Question of the chat. So I do remember seeing California, and then Iowa. What other? I remember Sugar from Survivor. Okay, but several people in so many people in California. Almost like California has a large population. Yeah, wasn't she a blonde? Wasn't she kind of like the emo girl? Or goth girl? I don't know how to describe it. Hawaii is today? Okay, okay. Yeah, what she on? She was on what? Gabon? I think her first season was Gabon. I gotta check that. As a former survivor, like Sugar from Survivor Gabon? Dude, my memory is weird. There it is. From Gabon. And then I know she came back for some other seasons, but like Gabon. Oh, I've not watched Survivor for several. Yeah, I won't go into it, but Survivor got a little too for me, so I'm like, all right, I'm out. I think I watched up to season 40, and I was like, all right, I'm out. Is Survivor even on anymore? They're coming up on season 50 now, huh? Wow. Just finished season 50. Okay, I'm assuming season 50 was another like all-star one type thing. Mr. Beast was on Survivor. Did they have any all-stars come back from like the first 40 seasons? Was Russell back? Or Boston Rob? Or Rupert? Or Richard? I'm trying to think who are the other big names. Colby, Ethan, Lex. Oh, yeah, Ozzy. Siri is so overrated. I don't understand. Yeah. Colby was back. Dude, he's a man filled with wisdom at this point. The first love of my life. Australia, season 2, Elizabeth. My high school bat was named after her. Because, right, and you baseball players, you got to name your bat, right? Mine was Elizabeth. If you remember season 2 of Survivor Australia, you understand why. I'm looking for a long at this general area here. So I'm being patient, talking Survivor as we wait, so I don't jump the gun. Oh, Colleen from season 1. I mean, it's real enough in the sense for those people's bodies to change and get very skinny. NBA, yeah. Come on down. Long at 570. Okay, so you need it to drop down quite a bit more. Fair enough. Are you going for the line lower than swap? I think you mean VWAP. None of these are VWAP. This is the 200 SMA, and that's the overnight low. That's the previous session close. So yeah, VWAP is up here. No, wait, VWAP's down. We'd be below us. There it is. There's VWAP right there. Looking right there. There's VWAP. Just kind of, hi, peekaboo, peekaboo. Yeah, it depends on how you define stage. Like Bear Giles, that dude was still eating crazy stuff. So like those I guess in theory, maybe AI existed back then as like a secret Hollywood protocol. So maybe it wasn't real. But like that dude did some crazy stuff. Now a show that is super real, well, again, depending on how you define real, but what, Naked and Afraid? Or, I'm sorry, Alone. Alone. Now, the only reason why I would not call it totally real is they do have medical checks every now and then, and you do have a phone to, like, get out if you want. So yes, for you purists, you're like, that's not real. If you get lost, you're not like lost people. Somebody that is truly alone doesn't have a radio to call anybody. Like that's not like that's a contradiction. That person is not alone. Okay. But assuming you're like, okay, yeah, but there's not like a big production crew, blah, blah, blah. I would say alone is like the closest thing to like real life survival show you could get. My brother-in-law produced the first few seasons of Survivor. Well, shout out to your brother-in-law. He turned me into a 40 season fan. Okay, I got to try a short up here. Going for a short at the red line. Long 620. Oh, yeah, you don't have to sit through too much pain. Crazy story, too. Well, if you feel like typing it, type it up. I'm curious. Well, I was hoping it'd give us a fake break of the 50 SMA, but right now we just had the classic former area of support was broken, came back up here, and just flat out got smacked back down by it. But like I said, I was hoping it'd get maybe like a little bit of a fake break, and then I could get short right there, but not looking like that's going to be the case. Still going to leave it up there just in case it maybe wants to make another try. Looking for a long at 604. Hey, let me get filled first, and then I hope you get your entry point, because that'll be a nice trade for me. Stopped out. All right, Brian. Did you recover that one account, Brian? That was close to potentially being game over. Did you recover that one? Bummer. Did it reach the point where it made sense to either cook it or just start fresh? I'm assuming. Good job, Lance. How many? Assume it sounds like you're doing the racehorse model. How many racehorses are in the stable right now? Afternoon count: 0 trades, 1 beer. Okay, well. If you find yourself at, let me put it this way, there's going to be an indirect correlation. So we're going to chart this out while we wait. So number of B, so number of beers versus number of T. So this is what this graph will look like. Ready? Are we ready to go? There we go. So as you can see here, number of beers, and then you just hit that parabolic point. We're okay, yeah, you're fine with the number of beers, and then you hit that number, ba-boom! You're going to be trading every 3 seconds. That's the mathematical, because we're all about math and logic here. So that is a mathematical chart breakdown of beers and number of trades. And that's just science right there. That's just pure and utter science. Screenshot it if you need to, but there you go. Oh yeah. You hit that whatever that number, whatever that break point is, here we go. And the thing is, as you get more and more into the trades and bad trades, you need more and more beer to help to help deal with it. So that's why it goes parabolic. It's exponential. But then, of course, the more beers you need to deal with the bad trades, well, the more beers you have, so which there means the more trades. Like, that's just pure science. Like there is nothing like just steady No, there is nothing steady about that chart. And the Boomer peak. But for baboons. Yeah, what was the name? Isn't it like Tiffany or something? What was the name of that one? Like like her name is probably, I can't remember the name, but it was pretty like whatever. Okay, here we go. Maybe a short here. Looking for a short. There's my stop right there. So looking to get short at the red line. I don't really love this trade plan because my stop is kind of, yeah, as I talk out loud, I think I can do better. Yeah, let's do this instead. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That one, it could still work, but like putting my stop here, it's just, I don't like it. Oh my god, I know. Can you guess what? I got another text. Can you guess what it was about? Yes, I know it's election day. I know. Thank you. Oh, I kind of want to get short here though. It's a 21 EMA. Yeah, too late now. All right, let's do this. Okay. Come up here, bump your head on the 21 EMA. Again, I still don't. Yeah, the 21 EMA today has seemingly a lot of people have paid attention to it. Move my stop to break even. Good job, Chris. All right, I'm going to try a short here. Just get rid of these numbers for now. If it comes back down, looking for a short off the 21 EMA. All right, all right, let's go back to my original trade plan at this point. Yeah. About 5 points with slippage. Let's call it 7. So, yeah, we're 7 points. Why not? Just nervous. Looks like a micro inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, this could be a terrible trade plan, but hey, that's why I'm good with risking, my 7 points. I do kind of like this short. If I think again, this would be an interesting spot. It just gets messy because yeah, my stop is right here, but now I'm putting a stop basically right at this potential. It's just right here though. I can get an entry at the 50 SMA at these highs right here. I can get nice clearance and like putting my stop there. I'm not in front of anything. Yeah, one does not simply walk into the. What is that line? I know it's from Lord of the Rings. I'm trying to think the rest of the line. I think I have to. Okay. I'm doing it right here if it comes back down. Maybe not the best, most logical stop, but it is what it is. Okay, if that red line turns blue, I'm in. And then I'll lock in my stop if that line turns blue. Okay, I'm in. Come on, come down. There we go. That's a little bit better. Try 1-to-1 for my first target. All right, here we go. I am short. This green line up here is my stop. Let's see if it does indeed want to reject off the 21 EMA. We also have the 50 SMA there. Yes, I already had a scalpy scalp available to me, but I don't want a scalpy scalp on this one. So let's see if she wants to come back down. Mordor. Oh yeah, one does not simply walk into Mordor. And if this target is hit, I'll move my stop down to break even. But let's see. Come on. Come on. Get down there. Okay, that's close enough. So this will be officially be a green trade now. Even if it comes... I'm not going to let it get that close to my... Okay, there we go. Okay, so now my risk is making 4 points. I like where my risk is. I make 4 points, reward unknown, because I don't know how far down this might want to go. All right, there we go. So stopped out there. Man, I don't think I've really caught any good... I can't quite catch... Again, I've had winning trade. I don't know if I've had any losing trades. I probably should not have said that. But I have not caught any bangers today. Just... things like this keep happening. Where I start to get in my favor, I give it a chance to cook, and then it just back up it goes. Very good day, unfortunately for us as the consumers for oil, though. Oil just keeps on grinding higher and higher. I will, yeah, I'll still try and order up here, I think. So 7, 8, 9. So yeah, about risking about 9 points. I'll do that. Cat is finally resting. Oh, the literal cat. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought you might have been talking about caterpillar, but I do remember. Your older cat. Like, you're talking about a literal cat. Gotcha. All right, new trade attempt right here. Short, stop right there. Sick cat. Yeah, I got you now. I remember now. Clay, do you see any value in indicators like, not totally, but that doesn't mean that there's no, there could be some value for you. Big Mama. So Big Mama, I mean, I hope you, let me put it this way. I hope you find value in the MACD so that you can change your name to Big Mama MACD. That's a great screen name. So please try your best to find value in the MACD. That's all I ask. Try really, really, really hard to find value in the MACD. Make it work for you so that you can change your name. I mean, you could build an entire online persona around that. All I ask is, can I have like a royalty? Like a 0.5% of your empire. Of Big Mama MACD's empire. Can I have a 0.5%? Well, not looking like this one has a chance now as it's pulling back. Of course, it could recover, so I'll cancel it out for now, but I suppose in theory, you could make anything work. I guess maybe that depends on how you define work, but sounds like a hot sauce brand. That's what I'm saying, Garrett. That's part of her empire. Hey, 2%. Okay, let's go. I'm a 2% owner of the soon-to-be Big Mama MACD empire. You are all my witnesses. For me, the MACD usually just confirms what I already knew 2 minutes. Yeah, again, it's the MACD. Some people love it. Some people don't use it. But we're all kind of have our different twists. So yes, there are some strategies where the MACD can help serve within a broader picture. But yes, there is nothing magical about an indicator. Like, if you think that all you have to do for trading is like wait for the MACD to cross the signal line and then that's a buy. If it's up through or down through is a short. Don't get me wrong, I applaud you not trying to turn all this into rocket science like some people do. But you're at the other end of the spectrum where it's like, okay, it does need to be a little bit more in-depth than that. Not that I'm saying that's what you were planning on doing, just in general. Been training the London session start. So where do you sleep? Oh wait, are you in Greece? Well, sometimes the clay indicator is reversed, where we have the clay fade days, and it's like if I'm about to buy, that means you're guaranteed money if you go short. Thankfully, today is not a clay fade. In fact, I think it's been a little while since we've had a clay fade day, which I appreciate. I don't like clay fade days. But yeah, we've had those live streams because I am a human being. Where like the smartest thing you could do is fade anything I do. Shout out to Brian. He's the one that coined the term a clay fade. I was like, ooh, that's good for the live stream. That is a good way to quickly illustrate those sorts of days. No, I go to bed at 7 p.m. and I mean, that is dedication. Okay, if you're going to bed at 7, fine. Do you journal your trades or... No, I don't. Maybe I should, but yeah, I've been trading. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't journal or anything like that. I've been at it for 20 years now, which does not therefore mean that I don't need a journal. Maybe I still do, but like, I think journaling can do a little bit more harm than good. I think journaling is where you go and you find and you nitpick and you hindsight yourself to death, and then that's how you end up with a strategy that's got like 800 rules to it. Because you're always searching, what did I do wrong? And it's like, well, maybe you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe the market just didn't cooperate. Because at the end of the day, there are no holy grail strategies. All right, Nero, have a good one. So as of now, this did really turn out to be that key area of resistance. Hello? There it is. That was definitely a delay in getting that. So right there, that yellow line, especially if this purple line here can catch up, since this is a moving average, each candle that begins to change, this will move itself and get more relevant. So today has been a very slow day. I'm trying to think. I think I started a live stream and wasn't that number already 200? I guess that makes sense because I was just saying yesterday, like I've had, I think, all winning trades, but I have not caught anything that's really worked in my favor. So I guess now that I'm thinking about the numbers, it makes sense. I haven't been able to catch anything really. Kind of. I don't post all my trades on YouTube. Sometimes it's nice to not have to talk about every trade that I make. But I get what you're saying. But no, technically speaking, oh, Clay. So that means you must be hiding some of the bet. I mean, that's a fair point. But if you've ever watched my live trade videos over the years, you've seen plenty of losing trades, bad trades. Now that I've transitioned to the prop firms, I don't know. There are several videos showing blown up accounts. But yeah, no, I don't record every single trade I take. Sometimes it's nice to just be able to trade and not have to talk. I'm rather with you, Clay. My first trade, 2-point gain. Hey, today on a day like today, you know, you got to take what the market will give. So when do you work though, Andy? So you mentioned get the kids to school, but like, so when are you gonna? When do you? Let me ask you this, and I'm not. I'm just asking out of curiosity. So when do you hang out with your kids and family? If you're going to bed at 7, when are you hanging out? Okay, so you got basically a couple hours in the evening then to hang out before you go to bed. Okay, good. I'm glad there's some time in there then. And weekends. Yep. Okay, cool. No, that's good. I'm glad. Okay, good. I am interested in a long down around here, so I guess technically I would be looking to play at this point what I would call like a fake break double bottom, where I think that the price will break down. So like I'll just put in my order. So right there. So technically, since I'm a little bit below the double bottom point because I want to be at the moving average, that would require a break of the double bottom. But my plan would be like, well, I think it might be a fake break where it breaks down through and it's not real and it comes back up. So it breaks, but it's actually not real. It's a fake break. I think that's hopefully pretty self-explanatory what a fake break is. Again, is that like a super... I bet maybe what I'm doing here, there's probably some people that would explain it using cool acronyms and like a bunch of like intense 37 syllable words of what I'm trying to do. But like, no, I'm just trying to play a fake break of the double bottom. I'm just a simple man. Well, a baboon, a simple dented baboon. I'm a little confused. I'm reading an email. I thought I thought something was already the case, but apparently it wasn't the case. Honors tier. Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of research. Says no, but look, hello. Honestly, is the chat broken? Andy the Greek's message was like the last one, and nobody's talking. I don't know. Is this thing? It's either broken or everybody is done talking with me. Maybe I wrap it up here. Okay, I guess the chat's not broken. Just nobody wants to talk. It's broken. Makes sense. Well, never mind on the pullback here. It never pulled back enough. So I'll cancel that out. Yeah, I choose not to copy trade. I'll eventually want to get to copy trade a little bit more, but I'm in no rush. Yeah, the market is just kind of trying to... I mean, there's been some opportunities, but nothing huge. Well, good. Thank you, String Bean. I appreciate you hanging out. Maybe a short here. If it wants to come up here, bump its head on the 21 EMA. Come on, brother. Okay, I'm short. I am short. Those are my first couple of targets. I'm about to get stopped out and stopped out there. I want to say that was a forced trade, but I have to question in my mind, am I only saying that because I got stopped out? Like, had that one worked out, would I be sitting here saying that was a forced trade? Probably not. Oil with a bit of a pullback, but it is definitely in an overall uptrend still. Oof. Yeah, maybe a little too slow here. Okay. Well, here's that yellow line that I guess I should have just been patient for, because that's where I was thinking maybe a short up around here. All right, let's see if it wants to come up here. I am once again looking for a short. If this is some sort of sideways channel, well, I'm just trying to trade the range. Just trade the range, Clay. Okay, I'm going to try to trade the range. How did I not get filled there? Is there a delay or did I... Was that not really weird? Like, that seems like I should be filled there, but I must have missed something. I don't know. But was it... I'm going up there now. Okay, so I'm not seeing things. Like, the way the line showed up, it showed up in a spot where I would have thought I would have been filled. Okay, okay. Thank you, Andy. Okay, so two of you now. Well, I mean, Joseph, I understand, like, bid and ask, but what I'm saying is where my line showed up relative to the candle, it seemed like I should have been filled. Okay, looking for a short at the red line. Hey, Ace. I don't know. Maybe I should speak in. Is it stupid for me to try to wait up there? Maybe. Come on. All right, I'm about to get short here and then watch it go up to the purple line. Just watch. Watch. Okay. And short. Decided not to wait for my purple line. Come on. Come on, range. Just bounce off the range. Just trade the range, they tell me. Fine. I shorted the top of the range. Or to be grammatically correct, I shorted what I think is the top of the range. Doggone it. See? That was a little spooky of a move, actually. Well, now, see what I mean about the wheels? I'm almost wondering, is this just like a fake one of these, or is this like a real? Oh, holy crap! All right, I'm out now. Just trade the range, Clay. It's not that hard. Just trade the range. Well, now I know. I realize people are going to be so up, dude. Because of this, and this, could you not tell that that was no longer the top of the range? Oh, thanks. Thanks in hindsight for telling me that. Watch it now fall back inside of the range. Big volume on the spike, though, too. Oh. I can't. I want to get short again, like this, but like, is this just gonna design a sucker me? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to get short here, but man, if this. Okay, now people will show up and tell me why it was so obvious that I should have held and not gotten spooked out. Clay, you shouldn't have gotten spooked out. It was obvious that was a fake spike because of X, Y, and Z. Again, thank you for telling me in hindsight. I appreciate that. I'm just joking around because nobody's doing any of that because for the most part, this is a great chat culture here, but so in hindsight, even if I had waited for the purple line, yeah, my loss would have been a little bit smaller because my entry would have been a little bit higher, but I would have gotten it still would have been a losing trade. Oh yeah, that's true. I should have seen that. Whoops. I know. I'm waiting for somebody to show up and be like, Clay, this is why you need to use the 13-minute time frame with listen very closely, the Patagonia pivot point. 13-minute time frame, Patagonia pivot point, and you would have realized why that was going to be the top. Dang it. Sorry. Let me go get the 13-minute time frame loaded up with the Patagonian pivot point. I'm just trying to do five. What do you mean 5S? 5 second? You're trying to trade the 5 second, or is that a typo? I know, right? Like I said, it's stupid. I get it that I don't use a 13-minute time frame with a Patagonian pivot point. I get it. Oh, 5 minute. Okay, that makes more sense. The 5S, I was like, oh boy, 5 seconds. Your brain is firing on all cylinders. Well, there we go. Back down it goes. Short here, stop up over the high here. Let's see if this is actually going to now go all the way back down. Okay, I'm in. There's my stop. Or did I just get suckered in? We'll see. Let's see if, again, this move started up here and a little bit of a breath. Let's see if it wants to continue on down. 5 minute, I mean, is a very interesting chart, but chart almost got stopped out there. And not looking good for me right now, but there's always a chance still. And I'm about to be stopped out here. Okay. I think the wheels have officially. If this dumps, then I am putting on my tinfoil Speedo that the market is trying to send me on tilt now. I've never had any success with the Zodiac indicator. I should probably try it again, though. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell myself right now. The wheels have fallen off. I'm still green, so it's not like a disastrous wheels have fallen off the bus. But I think the wheels have fallen off. Like if I'm shooting straight, this is what's in my mind right now. I want to go up here. I want to click here and I want to do this. That's what I want to do. I want to just sling out 25. See if I can get myself back to where I was. But, well, let me just increase position size and then one trade, at least get back to where I was. Can that work out? Absolutely. But can that open up the door to like all this green going away? It can. So that's what I have to think through right now. Getting back to where I was or potentially pure unadulterated red. That is what I have to contemplate right now. Is the trade-off worth it? Is it worth it to put at risk potentially tilt, bloodshed, just carnage, just simply to get back to where I was? Or just should I be happy that I'm still green, still solidly green? That is the current. If my mind was a courtroom, that's the courtroom scene that is unfolding right now. Yeah, Leo, that makes me think that I might be revenge trading when I want to just load that up to 25. But that is what is going on in my head. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you've never struggled with this battle. But that is what's currently going on. Yeah, but I don't want base hits right now, Drew. Can you please take that logic and like leave? Like take your ball, take your logic and go home. Take your well thought out suggestion and go. I'm not looking for well thought out suggestions, Drew. I will say this in a weird, and this could be me just coping, and probably a good cope. But it's not like I was ever actually that green on my MNQs today. Had I been like well above where this was, I might have already lost my mind. But again, this could all, you might be witnessing real life coping. Like how do I not lose my mind right now? But the fact that I was never really that green here, I guess it could be worse. I'm just giving you a hard time, Drew. I appreciate that thought because that is actually good feedback. Now I get eyelashes in my eyes. My world is just falling apart. Thank you, Marco. That is true. Marco's trying to help me with some coping too. I think that's a lot of what trading is. Like, how can you cope? Like, what kind of coping medicine can you feed yourself to not go on tilt? Like, we don't want coping medicine to, like, encourage holding and hoping. But, like, where I'm at right now, right on the urge of kind of just wanting to be like, screw it, load up, let's go. What kind of coping medicine is good to prevent me from doing what I want to do? So I appreciate it. Drew offered some good coping mechanism. Marco just did. It all started with which trade? This one right here. All started with this one. Again, in hindsight, I want to say a forced trade, but had that rolled over, I'd be sitting here saying, hey, beautiful rejection off of this former support. Now resistance made sense. That's what I'd be saying. So I don't know. That one right here was fine. Like this one right here, I totally was trading the range. Like zero debate in my mind. I tried to trade the range. I thought that was the top. It spiked up through, came back down. Okay, it is what it is. This trade here, fine. Came down. I let it come back up, take a breath, and then I was hoping to catch it for another continuation of the momentum. That didn't happen. So, yeah. Hit the lake. Yeah, I wish I was into fishing. Well, I don't know. Do I wish I was into fishing? I don't know how to fish. Like, I know what fishing is and, like, throw the pole into the water. But, like, if you're to tell me to like, string up a rod or, like, bait it or know what lure to choose, that's what I mean by I don't know how to fish. So, no, I'm not. Yeah, Vin, that's good copium medicine. That's true. The medicine of, okay, let's pretend that somebody just showed up and saw these results. What would they think? They'd probably say, hey, nice solid day. I like that. That's Vin. That's some good copium medicine. Oh, that's true. I like that. Clay, here's the medicine. Let's establish the premise that you want what is best for the country. Okay, I agree with that premise. Under that premise, don't you want to have a clear mind when you go to vote? Because if you don't have a clear mind, then you're potentially putting at risk doing something bad for the country, which invalidates your original premise that you want to do something good. I like that. I like that, rookie. That's some interesting medicine. No, I understand, but like I don't like. But I don't know. Like if you just gave me a pole and some fishing lure or string or lures, like I'm like I don't know how do I string this thing. I literally don't know any. I don't know how to fish in that regard. Yeah, now we're just stuck here. So even like, here's me thinking I was gonna catch some more momentum down, and like, how wrong was I on that? It just chopped, and it continues to chop. What's silver doing? I'm not gonna look. For all I know, silver is moving like a maniac right now. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna be like, okay, here we go, and then I'm gonna get cooked, and then I'm gonna then I'm gonna go to the voting booth with a not clear mind, which per rookie's suggestion does make sense. Logically, the way to my heart is through logic. And he made a very logical point. Many of you have made good logical points, which I appreciate. But when you say do it for the country, it's like, okay. Well, you know what? Whoops. There we go. I think for me, maybe the best thing is just to call it good. But hey, before I head out, this is very important. If you enjoy the live stream, if you want to help support it, save yourself some money, code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms I recommend. I love Take Profit Trader, especially if you're in the beginner category of prop firm trader. They just have a very clean set of rules. And then once you become experienced, if you want to branch out, build your empire, trade many, many accounts, then here are some other prop firms that, like I said, you can get the discounts. Code Clay gives you whatever the current promotions are. But then, so you're accomplishing two things. One, you're helping to support a stream and ensure the stream continues, ensure the stream stays ad-free, which is this was. And then you're also just going to save yourself some money. So Code Clay with any of these is how you can do that. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I'm going to go vote. So on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. Also, if you are not yet a subscriber, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Usually I show up early. I'll be here at the latest 11 a.m. tomorrow Eastern. But usually, like I said, I show up a little bit earlier. So if you want to know exactly when I go live, that is where turning on the notification bell will help you out there. So thank you, everybody. Overall, a good stream. The end, as we witnessed, got a little squirrely, but kind of just garbage action for me. That top of the range, just, it is what it is. So, all right, I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'm going to convince myself that I'm going to go vote. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Code Clay, all caps. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. See everybody back tomorrow.